discuss some different topics. So we're gonna start on this side of the room. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? It's Hezekiah, Heads for Press. You know what I'm saying? I'm in this building. What's up? I don't know which camera I'm talking to, but yeah, it's like a building.
All right.
Hey guys, it's Trinity.
Hey y'all, it's Sam. It's Malik, aka Perko.
And today we're gonna be discussing different topics. And right now, what we're doing is the reason we actually out here is for us to be able to have rejuvenating conversations about different things that young people can relate to. So Tux is going to lead us into the convo, unless you want to start off right now. Actually,
I'll go ahead and ask a couple questions real quick. So check it. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What do you do with it?
Keep that mug for a pet. Honestly, I probably try to get revenue off of it. Pay people to come see the elephant.
It's just like
elephant rides, all that, bro. Like on some Tiger King stuff. Like what?
You have a house, so you can do that.
Yeah.
I live in an apartment.
Oh yeah, this is
Sam, we live.
I don't know.
Coming down the block with an elephant. I don't know. That's hard though. Thinking about it, that's hard. Think about it. You niggas be the only one in Colorado with like your own personal elephant. Is it legal? Like, can we keep it? Like, no police can do nothing.
Well, I guess there's my ticket to the circus show. I must have my own
Circus,
business.
nigga, Instagram. I'm going crazy with that.
I must have my own circus.
you gonna be the man with the elephant.
Circus, you heard?
Hey, to be honest, the dookie sounds like the worst part. And feeding
Ooh, I didn't even think
what
about
do
it.
elephants even eat?
Yeah, feeding it.
And feeding it. That's,
Nuts.
What do they eat? They eat
They eat
nuts.
they're vegetarian.
Elephants don't eat peanuts.
And then you got hey.
Isn't that what they do with their nose?
Nah, they're scared of peanuts.
Don't they eat just like regular fruit?
cartoons.
Peanuts don't grow in the wild.
No, they eat peanuts.
I know.
They're scared of peanuts. No, they're vegetarians. They eat like different
leaves?
grains and grass and all that.
They're herbivores,
Okay.
not vegetarians. Vegetarians are.
Oh,
They
I know we should probably go
They
to
don't
the next
eat
question.
meat. How would y'all pick up their dookie though?
With a shovel.
A shovel. I
But
think-
that is an
I
interesting
refuse.
question
I
because
refuse.
Oh yeah, they eat like grass and like roots and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait,
said
I
that.
swear they ate
Nah, that's
peanuts.
a cartoon.
No, they're scared of peanuts.
that's
you
a
got it
good
wrong.
question though. Like,
Nah,
what am
they're
I
scared.
The groundskeeper and maintenance gonna have a field day with my ass, boy.
They are scared of mice
I'ma
too.
So,
I
But
feel
what do you
I don't know,
tie it
man.
up with? You feel me?
a
Like
chain.
Dang, it's gonna
An
die.
elephant.
That's
Nah.
gonna be like animal
Animal
cruelty.
abuse.
Animal cruelty. I already have the elephant in my
The white
backyard.
people
How do you think I'm
get
keeping
you.
him back there?
But he already said he said it was
That's as big as the zoo. You be alright.
You're
That's
okay,
Like,
bro.
what?
You're
I
cool.
would just travel the world, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just walking on the
Elephant?
elephant.
Yeah, it's just we on a journey at this point. Me and you
Like
and
a
I.
cat.
Yeah, that's kind of hard, bro. You gonna get a lot of money off that. They gonna be like the
God.
boy with the
They're gonna make a
elephant.
I'm gonna breed
documentary
it.
about
I'm
you
gonna
know
breed it.
life
I'm gonna get some
pie,
more
you know what I'm saying?
elephants.
Some Tiger
Yeah.
King
I'm
stuff.
gonna get some more
Hey,
elephants.
bro. You know how many people gonna be trying to like take your elephant from
You
you?
know how many millions of dollars that movie made with a dude in a boat and a tiger? I mean,
What, Life of Pi?
yeah. So a black
None
dude.
of
Hey, you
Those
look
were
like
not
you
real
look like you be the
elephants.
type to ride an
Those
elephant
weren't real
around the
animals,
city,
my
too.
nigga. You thought those were real Y'all thought those were real animals?
That wasn't real tiger on the movie.
No, it wasn't.
That Bro, I know
This
it was
nigga
tiger
Sam,
on the movie.
no, nigga, that shit was all, the whole movie was CGI.
Technology nowadays. That true?
Yeah, that was all CGI. Bro, you think they can control a tiger like that? Hey, that tiger deserves an Oscar.
Oh, God, that tiger was
That tiger was
ready for the next question?
Hey, that tiger was the greatest fake vicious animal ever. Anyway,
Ever.
All right, check it. Next question. Design a spice rack for the blind.
What?
Man.
you gonna use Braille first and foremost, and then what they gonna have to do? They're like, I want the salt. So then they gonna feel on it and they be like, all right, because blind people can read Braille. They be like, it's salt. Then I'm gonna pour the salt. Well, how they gonna cook? You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a blind man cook in my life.
What's the question?
If you had to make a spice rack for a blind person.
Oh, bro, what? Just have you just
Garlic powder, seasoning,
you just have to put all the
Peppers.
I made it
Wait.
easy for him.
They can't
Are we-
read,
No,
nigga.
listen,
Okay, so you just
They
give
can
them
read.
the
No, that's
essentials.
not true,
No,
bro.
listen,
Blind
listen,
can't read.
I got
They
it,
can
I
only
got
read
it.
Braille though.
You just put the braille against the
I
wall
guess
and
so.
you make sure that you just got the what you call spices all along the counter. Easy.
Nah,
Wait, what
was
is
it?
How are they gonna pick it out? Oh, because the braille's gonna be on the wall?
Yeah, it's
No,
gonna be like,
you
know what I'm
just-
saying? Like,
You
No,
just put the
put the
essential
braille-
one.
Hey, put the braille on the
you
thing
know how,
so they feel it.
the spinny racket kind of got that thing that you could just put it in.
See, this is way too much, my
Yeah, it's
nigga,
way
for
too
somebody
much.
that's blind. I'm just saying, bro.
Okay,
you gotta be simple.
You
It's
just got a
something
cup,
blind.
bro. Put a cup, and on the wall have a little word braille, and you just take that cup, you put the little spice in.
What is a blind
You doing
person
the most,
cooking
man.
anyway?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
Simple, bro.
What is
It's
my
not two
nigga
spices. I forgot what
Have
movie
you
it
seen a
was. They
blind person
had.
cook?
Yeah, shit.
That's what
hot
that was the
shit.
first question I asked. I was like, okay, let's say they put the braille on all the tags so they can feel it. All right, this is so. Then I'm wondering, okay, how they gonna actually cook the food?
I feel like that's hazardous. Well, of course,
Well, how they-
help
How
And
they
then-
about to know how much salt they're
Exactly.
putting in
How
the
can
stuff?
they like, this
people
gonna feel
live
like
alone,
enough?
though.
Bro,
What do
that's
they do?
true.
blind people do not live alone.
Yeah, they do.
Hey,
Not
how they
all the
gonna?
time.
Hey, you know how they
Not
put
all
the
the
tag?
time.
They put the
I know.
tag on the
You
jar.
never
I know
seen
blind.
that
I know
movie?
blind
They
people.
gonna be like,
Blind
alright,
people
we
can
got
pour their own
enough.
drinks. On me, blind people can pour their own
How
drinks.
they gonna take
I know how they do
I
it.
don't think
They like they
blind-
put their finger
Wait a
inside
minute,
the cup.
yo.
They like grab their cup and
First
put
of
their
all,
like,
first of all, yeah.
Someone's gonna get
Y'all
some
over here
high cholesterol.
talking about blind people like they're not human. Like they eat too. Like they even walk. Like
No, I just don't know how they're gonna cook. Like, how
The
does
question, hey,
how-
I didn't say. I just asked how they cook. That's a legitimate question.
honestly, like, how do you honestly cook?
Whoever said they walk
Right.
too is just being they
Listen.
dehumanizing blind people.
They walk what? Straight to
Y'all ready for the next question?
Yes.
What's the last gift that someone gave you?
Quality time.
Well, really? What did it mean to you?
It made me feel special. It made me feel like, all right, cool. I could spend some time with my brothers. We could build with each other, watch quality movies, and interact afterwards. Quality time.
Well, my dog Jason gave me some cake. It was like a vanilla wafer cake. You know what I'm talking about? It was fire. I felt real good. You know, I love food. I always appreciate food. You know what I'm saying? So if you show me some food, give me some food.
Where was it from?
I take that as respect, and I appreciate
Fuck
you,
your
and that's
question.
love.
God.
So, you said what
Where
though?
was it from?
So, see, the thing is, that's why I felt so special. Somebody made it for him. You feel me? And I know the person who made it, and they're so
You took cake, homemade cake.
the hood.
What was it
During
for?
this time?
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
saying, during this time, I don't know.
I don't believe in coronavirus. So
You don't believe in coronavirus?
Oh,
I mean,
okay, all right.
that's slightly valid.
Coronavirus is
It's
real.
like a slightly. It's like a
things
slightly.
have been starting to.
It's
show
like a
that
slightly
don't
worse.
exist.
What was the last gift
Strap.
you was given, Malik?
I think my roommate gave me like $20 to put towards VC for my 2K player.
That was a long time ago. Your
You just said
roommate?
VC.
Yeah, my roommate.
Oh, like that you live with currently?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying like in college. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
we ain't been
It
to
was
college.
probably like 3 weeks
You
ago.
put $20 in a video game?
No, he
Oh,
was
I'm not
just
gonna.
like
I'm not gonna.
he was
lie.
just like
a lot
he was
of
just
Well,
like
I mean,
well,
that's a waste.
yeah.
What about you? What was the last gift you got?
I got some weed yesterday.
You got money.
Oh yeah, the moon rocks.
Oh yeah, I got
Talking
money
about
too.
that.
My mom gave me some money. That was actually the most recent gift. My mom gave me $100 for no reason. It's pretty nice too.
Dang.
Y'all ever had that?
No.
Never?
Yeah,
Y'all grandparents never give y'all some money?
I mean, my grandma made me.
My
She was
grandma-
my
my
mom.
grandma be
My dad
asking
got
me
me.
shit.
My dad be having.
For real.
That feels good. It's tight too. He was like, hey, shit.
I forgot my pops cooked for me this morning. I was super happy about that.
That was a gift?
Hell yeah.
I was playing about this food stuff.
I always cook for me. I always
No,
cook
I'm
for
just
myself.
saying, bro. Like,
It was
I guess
out of
'cause you're
nowhere. We
grown,
don't live.
yeah.
We
I
don't
guess
live with
'cause
each
you're
other. You know what I'm
grown,
saying? That was.
yeah.
I was like.
I just think it's unappreciated.
cooking food.
no, I'm just saying, like,
Some vegetarian,
if I was
the fake meat and all
I hope my
that.
dad don't
tofu.
cook for me.
Are you vegetarian?
I'm just
I'm
saying.
vegetarian.
Yo, you're stupid.
I'm just
It
saying.
was hard, bro.
What's the last gift you got?
Well, it's graduation season, so I haven't getting a lot of gifts.
Yeah.
Like the best or like the most meaningful?
I thought you said most recent.
Just the last.
Yeah,
Oh, the last gift?
Just the last. Most recent.
Well, I got $100 today. I don't know.
From your mom?
No, from my stepmom.
I was about to say, dang.
Everybody here, give it up for Trinity for graduating. Give it up for
Lit. So.
Miss Trinity. What school you going to?
That's what I was about to
Langston
ask.
University.
Say it again for the people.
Langston University.
LU.
Sweet.
You. That's
Elsa.
what it's all about.
All right, check it. Here's my last question, or another question. What if you plan on having children?
Okay.
What different ways from your own parents would you teach your own children?
I think. Do one of y'all want to go first?
I want to hear you.
I think I'm gonna be more open-minded for my kids. For one, one thing that I didn't like, and this is one instance I remember. My mom's a great mom, by the way, but she did, just like all black parents have their shit. But she had this one kind of phase in her life where she wanted me to be what she wanted me to be. You know what I'm saying? Which wanted me to grow up to be.
Right.
One thing I remember was I told her, I was like, Mom, I want to be a professional wrestler. I was like 7 or 8. I had just got done throwing my cousins around and shit. That shit looked tight. Sounded fun. I was like, I want to be a professional wrestler. She was like, no, hell no, you can't do that. That shit's not real. Yada, yada, yada. All types of shit.
Straight up.
Right, yeah, you feel me? And so, come to find out, them niggas make hella bread and you can actually do it. It's a bunch of shit, but I don't want my kids to, never not think. Cause I want my kids to be like, anything is possible, basically. But...
Wait. You have a gripe that your mom stopped you from being.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Nah. It was just like I'm really big on gripe, bro. I'm big on the you niggas some simple-minded niggas. I'm real big on the principle. I'm like a real a principle type of person.
No matter how small the action was.
I could have said
he still has a secret dream. That's
right. I'm just saying I could have said I want to be a professional baker. As a parent though, wouldn't you would want someone to be like, yeah, I support you. I want you to do that. Let's figure out how we can do this professionally and safely and get you on my best track.
Hess for Press sound like a WWE name. Hey, it's Hess for Press.
Yeah.
Come out with one of those rippable suits.
Right, I was like 8 years old, my nigga. It was like one time.
Oh, American flag.
Yeah, bro. That's usually it.
God bless.
Oh God.
Is it something we would do differently, or what we would teach our kids?
Differently.
For me, I think differently would be like having confidence in my parenting skills. I think, as a parent, if you are not confident in your parenting skills or what you've taught your children, then, you're just never going to trust your children, or you're never going to, be confident that you can throw them out in the world and they'll, be able to fend for themselves. I think that was, a really big thing. I think my mom was, a great mom, but she wasn't aware that she was a great mom. So that's where a lot of conflict came in.
She felt like she had to do extra. I mean, we're brothers and sisters, for y'all that don't know.
Yeah.
But she felt like she felt like she had to do extra, to compensate for the fact that she didn't feel like she was doing enough. When in fact she was doing way more than she needed to do.
I'm not sure if all moms might feel it, because my mom always felt. To this day, it seems like as a son, that I always have to feel like my mom always has to feel that too as well, like she wasn't doing enough or hasn't done enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get that. I
think it's just having more confidence in
What do you think that comes from? Do you guys think you have an idea? What would help you stop that from happening?
Stop what from happening?
From having the lack of confidence in your parents.
Well, I think it's a natural thing, just because the world is so crazy and there is so much that can happen.
Yeah.
But I think, at some point, it just, either it's gonna happen or it's not. So
granted, I wasn't the best kid either, so I definitely did.
Which kind of messed it up for me.
So what made shit kind of
because I'm hold up, I would never do that.
but yeah. So I feel like I don't know, man.
I feel like the confidence will go up with the more kids that they have. So it's just
the more success stories.
Because the age gap between me and my siblings was super big. I'm 20 and my next sibling's 10. So it's my mom, she raised me completely, and then she just had my little brother, and you could tell she was way more lax. She wasn't as serious because she knew hey, if he does this, it's not really as bad as I thought it was when I was raising my first kid. Because I used to get my ass whooped. Get my ass whooped. My little brother, no, nothing.
Me too.
Nothing. He gets yelled at.
You got
he
your
gets
ass
timeouts.
I think at the end of the day, it comes to experience. Just all in all.
Damn, y'all all had different experiences to me. I had a super Christian mother, so and I was the youngest too.
Me too, bro.
Yeah.
Father,
Yeah, I was the youngest too, so she already experienced all the other children, so I was kind of the child who was, I ain't gonna say the word neglected, but I was paid attention to a little less, so I was able to do a little bit more when I was young, get away with a little bit more, just because I was the youngest. Hey, bro, but
Nice.
I would say one thing for sure is I wish I was taught more independency when I was a young. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something I'm gonna teach my children, especially my young men. You know, more independency on how to take care of themselves, how to cook at a young age. You know, how to be very literate, know how to read very well at a young age. I think those are a lot of skill sets, especially single mothers lack when it comes to raising black men. Is you know, those important skill sets that really mean a lot when at our ages now, 19, 18, 20 years old, on cooking for yourself, cleaning for yourself, making sure that you got everything together responsibility-wise. Because that's something I would say black women tend to, you know, be taught younger than us. You know what I'm saying? Just from experience. And so I'm gonna make sure I really push that, especially on my black, you know, black boys. Just like my black girls.
You tired of making grilled cheese, huh?
Shit, bro. Hey, I could cook now, but I was taught, you know what I'm saying, by like my pops. So I just wish I learned a lot of these skills when I was younger.
Basically for me, like all the parenting skills and problems that me and my father had all came aligned to culture. You know what I'm saying? Like my father, I'm like the first in my bloodline to be born in America. So everybody in my family that was born in America was born after me. So that said, like me and my pops got a lot of things that we didn't get to see eye to eye along, which affected our relationship, always caused in and out the house, which evidently led me to, you know what I'm saying, getting caught up in the streets, getting sent out to Seattle. So all in all, for me, like just not letting culture get in the way of my kids, you know what I'm saying, because my dad's so strict about, and like he said, his parent was is a Christian mother, my dad's a pastor, you feel me? So.
You let your kids smoke weed? You let your kids smoke weed?
I would let my kids smoke weed, but like at a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Like,
at a certain age?
Right.
What age do you think you're like, it's okay to have that conversation?
I'm gonna be realistic, you feel me? I ain't gonna bullshit, you know, like I started smoking weed when I was like 13, bro.
He's young.
You feel me? Like that's the first time I smoked weed. Like I'm not gonna like hide it and lie to my kids. I'm gonna smoke in front of them. I'm gonna let them know, like, look.
You're not smoking in front of
Don't.
Like in the house,
like in the house, and you know, in the car, whatever, like whatever I do. But like I'm gonna tell them, like, look, I want you to do you. I support you. I got you. When you turn like 18, you can smoke. Now, if my dad told me that, you feel me, and we knew this, and he supported me, and I was able to have those open conversations with him.
Yeah.
On my mama, I wanted to smoke weed till I was 18. You feel me? But I wasn't even able to tell my dad I wanted to smoke weed. You feel me? I had to keep that on the low.
So you had to
so
sneak it around,
right? And then he caught me, and then it just came to us having problems. So like I'm from the dribble for have that open relationship with my son. You feel me? Like
just talk to him. Yeah, that's smart.
So
what happens if he slips up?
Like even about girlfriends, like and that's the thing. I'm gonna be so open about it. Like I'm gonna remind my son, like, you don't ever have to lie to me. Like throughout his whole life, and your actions gonna speak louder. So I'm always showing him again, you don't have to lie to me. Thing is, I always felt like I had to lie to my dad because I knew who he was, how he was. He's a pastor.
Right.
Like he always raised me like if you do this, do that, you gonna get I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna whoop your ass when you move. Like I'm gonna send you back to Africa. Boat, tucks to her dad. I know you heard that from your parents before. Parents never said that to you? Nah. He a different type of African. My dad be telling me, I'm sending you back to Africa. Oh, God.
He gonna send you
That's crazy.
Send you in a box on the boat.
You can't even get a
I get suspended from school in 5th grade. That's what I'm hearing, bro. Change me. I'm not. All right. Straight.
Scared.
Good reports for the next month, 2 months.
So, once I finish, that's crazy. Did y'all have that relationship with y'all's dads?
I don't fuck with my dad personally.
You don't fuck with your dad?
Yeah, I fuck with my dad heavy right now. But when I was young, I mean, it kind of switched with my parents. I loved my mom when I was mad young. But then I started having a bitter resentment towards her when I got older. But when I loved her, I had a bitter resentment towards my father. Just because, you know, I was always seeking, like, you know, that father, that having oh, damn, my thing going on. That's mine right there, yep. But basically, I was always having, you know, father issues, and I always was looking for, like, you know, that person to be in my life.
Right.
And so, you know, seeking, like, a father and companionship with, like, an older individual, my pops really wasn't there because he was being pushed away heavy because of my mom. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I had a big resentment towards him, and I had anger, very hard anger towards him, and, like, on my mom talking stuff. But then when I started realizing my dad wasn't as bad as, like, what my mom made it seem to be, that's when I started having bitter resentment towards her. Like, man, you lied to me. Like, you telling me it's this white man, this, that, and the third. Like, he ain't even, like, as bad as you made it out to be. So, you know, it switched. Yeah. So, that's just me.
With me, I'd probably, like, kind of piggyback off a little bit. as Sam said, just try to be there for my kid. And probably also another thing that I realized is like, if my kid does something, I'll try my best to act off of like parenting skills and not off of emotion. Right. Because I know like everyone's been in that situation where like you could either get into it with your mom or your dad or whatever, and like they just let their emotions get in the way. And forget that they're talking to their kid.
Oh God!
You feel me? Like I just want to make sure that like I never just have one of those moments where like I say something to my kid and it just sticks to them like for the rest of their life. Yeah. Awesome. Like damn, I can't believe like my dad really like said that shit.
Real talk though, bro.
Yeah, I just never want something like that to hang over my kid's head, just to look at me like he was really able to say that shit to me at one point.
Right. That shit in kids, like that shit hurts kids, bro. It's crazy.
It impacts their life.
Niggas don't even know that shit hurts
more than their parents will ever know. Like,
hey, you ever brought up one? You ever brought up one of those situations and they don't even remember?
Why would I say something like that?
That's gonna make it more discouraging. It's like, you just say whatever it is. So you just say whatever it is.
You're pissed, nigga. You don't know what to do.
They just say something mad traumatizing that you'll remember. You'll bring it up a couple years later and they'll be like, what?
Oh, so I'm lying?
Yo, you're right.
That up. Like, what?
You're just being dramatic. I did not say all that.
Hey, who lies about something like that? Who lies about that? Get out of here. Real talk.
Oh, shit.
That's hilarious because I've been on the other side of that.
Shit, I don't know. I never been.
He was like, what? You tripping right now.
I've been on the other side.
You should, hey, bro, that be hurting my feelings even more than what they said.
Hey, about that moment.
Like, yeah, you right, bro. Hey, what you expecting your bread though is at least.
That every night.
I don't talk about
it. I gotta go apologize.
Hey, I forget about
This is what I want.
Thanks.
That's funny.
What'd you say?
Oh no, I was just saying. I had a brain fart.
Oh, damn.
Hey, but you expect though for them to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Period.
I was gonna say, my pops. When I don't ever ask him or try to remind him, I forget once we done with the whooping and he just hugs me, takes me to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's afterward. I don't get it. Don't do that.
I don't get it.
I know some people feel me. Some people out there feel me.
McDonald's.
My dad would me. My dad would me.
Crying out hungry is bedtime type shit.
You
don't want to eat, go to bed, nigga.
I used to be the worst shit
You don't want to eat, go to bed.
I scream all types of ways, nigga. I scream ways.
You're even in more trouble if you scream
Oh,
because now the neighbors heard you. So
No, that's your goal.
Damn, you was devious.
Your neighbors to call. Shit.
Devious. I tried, bro. I tried. Nigga. I tried. You know, I throw myself down the stairs. Shit ain't work, nigga. Nothing worked, bro.
So you lock yourself in the bathroom for a minute.
It was worse when your neighbors knew your parents and it was close. We had this old black dude named Mr. Matt.
Oh, he was like,
so he didn't give a damn if I was screaming. Yeah. But man,
he was like, hey, they just getting away. They doing bad.
They over there disciplining our boy.
He need it.
That boy probably deserved it.
Probably they are. At least he beats our chips.
He's gonna be a great man when he grow up.
On me, you know that's that old black dude.
So disciplined.
On me.
Let me go beat him. Hey, let me go beat him for you.
They just over there building character for them.
It's my turn.
Hey, old black dudes think you gonna be the greatest nigga ever if you get beat when you
You be alright.
She used a sweatshirt belt. Oh, she used both?
Oh man.
Amazing. If y'all can have a superpower to be invisible or to fly, which one and why?
I'll fly. What's
Invisible.
easy? No.
I was thinking about
if you're in the air,
bro.
just pop. You're done.
I feel like flying's low-key overrated.
It is, bro. But the question is, how invisible
You
can
can
I
just get
be?
a jet. Like
What
you
did
can
you just say?
Because think about how invisible. Like how do my powers work? Can I be visible with clothes?
They're like
Fat.
turtles.
Am I invisible?
Okay.
Am I invisible naked?
I don't know shit about that.
Alright.
Can I only fly when I snap my fingers, or can I just
You gotta fight.
I don't give a. I'll do a backflip before I fly if I got to do a cartwheel or a rollover.
How could you make money off of that?
I feel like if you
Off
could
of
fly,
flying?
you'd be super cold at sports.
Bro, what?
Off rip.
You would be the
How
best.
fast can you
You're dunking from the
fly?
free
Nah,
throw
you
line.
know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna
That's
happen.
still
The
dangerous.
scientists, the
though.
FBI
Visible,
gonna come
I'm
after
thinking-
you and then do science experiment. You only gonna
know
do
what
like
I
one
do?
game.
Oh,
And
God.
then afterwards they're gonna be like, we gotta test
planes
this
that be
man.
having
You can jump 5
advertisements.
feet on
I'll
the
be flying in the air. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
Real
advertising.
talk.
See, my superpower would be used for bad shit. I'm sorry.
What,
I'm
is
straight
being
criminal.
invisible?
Hell yeah.
Invisibility.
Yeah, people
I'm
gonna rob
I'm
banks and
looting
stuff.
shit. I'm breaking shit in.
Which one you picking?
What? I'm invisible.
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 Yeah, invisible.
It's like now, if I was gonna like really want to make
Y'all gonna
money,
all
I
be
definitely
butt
wanna
naked.
Fly, act like I want to fly.
Wow, but what is what's the
how are you
benefit
gonna
of
make
flying?
money? Okay, so please tell me. Since
You're not
we're talking
making
about
money, bro.
How are you making money?
How are you making money flying?
What?
I'd like to
Okay,
know.
literally, cameras are they're gonna check the cameras from when I break the window to get into the bank and break the vault and
Okay,
everything.
the vault, you break the vault.
Who are they gonna
You
see?
break the vault.
But who are they gonna see?
They're gonna see somebody bleeding and they're
They're
gonna
not
test their
gonna-
DNA.
they're not
gonna
Because-
see-
No, because remember, you gotta be butt naked.
Right.
So then when you
Wait,
bust the
wait,
glass, like, you gonna step on the glass.
Y'all making all
Okay,
sorts
wait,
of
wait.
rules.
Y'all make it seem,
I gotta check
seem
this
like
out.
you can't wear clothes. You're robbing a
thought-
bank and you're invisible. They're not gonna see your face.
My face.
Yeah, but remember,
So when you have the equipment in the air, when you
But
have the
listen,
equipment in the
though.
air,
Right.
you're gonna be bleeding because of the glass.
The funny thing is,
But no one's
the funny
gonna believe
thing
like
is
someone's
that
invisible. So
I thought my next question was gonna be the difficult one. You guys really turned that one. I thought that was I was gonna set up an easy question, but
it
y'all
was an easy
turned.
question until he talked about money.
No,
Like,
until you start talking about it.
Robbing banks.
What if I fly or if I had clothes on? And
Because it makes sense. Like
Oh,
if
yeah,
I'm
that
if
too.
I'm
it
naked,
doesn't.
it does.
Well, it does. No,
That's-
it is invisible.
There's like
All right, so check it.
Nightcrawler
Here we go.
invisibility.
Here we go. Here's one question before we go to break. Okay. Who wants to start?
Who?
Who wants to start
with their question,
with the question?
Malik's gonna start.
All right,
I'm
Malik, we're gonna start with you.
All right.
You finna ask the question or?
I'm gonna ask the question.
Okay.
oh,
Are you gonna ask a question?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
ask the
thought we
question.
were asking.
No,
our
that's
question. I was
after
like,
break.
whoa.
It's gonna be a hard question. Remember, that's what he said.
What does it mean to be black to you?
Ooh. I mean, like, honestly, I really like. I love being black. It's just a beautiful thing because like it comes with the culture. It comes with like it's just like a lot of things like really go into it. Like what it actually means to be black. I mean, like you wear it on your sleeve every day. Like you feel me? Like you can't show like weakness. Like your front line. Like especially in America. Like if you're black in America, like you understand like everything that's against you, but you still just gotta persevere. So I mean, like being black, like honestly, like off rip, like you gotta be strong. Like if you're not built for it, then I honestly don't know what to tell you. It's gonna be rough because like people are gonna look at you different. Automatically, you're just seen with struggles, and like if you don't find a way to get through that, then like you lost. And like I feel like you just can't lose.
That's just
If
being
that makes
black,
sense.
right?
Yeah, that's just being black.
That's not even being a black man.
Yeah.
Like,
That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just being black. Being a black man or a black woman is two different struggles, but it's still huge struggles at the same time.
Same question for me.
Mhm.
Being black is having African genes in your blood. Being black is originating from kings and queens. But also, being black is a threat. You're considered a threat. But a thing about that is being black is being creative. Being black is being innovative. Being black is running the sports media, running the basketball, football, college, dominating all sports. Being black is dominance. And lots of risks that come with being black, but there's a lot of excellence being black too. And I love being black, by the way, 100%.
Me too.
Nothing I change about this skin.
I would be darker. I would like being darker. Straight up. I would be chocolate. Love it.
oh, you looking at me?
I don't
The
know.
dark niggas in the room right now.
Anyways, hey, being black to me is being Christ-like. It's being God's chosen. It's being one who's anointed. You know, what I've realized is being black in America is like when Christ was lynched or hung on the tree, right? And what I mean by that is, you know, how our people out here are dying by police brutality. They're killing, you know, Christ. They kill Christ just like how they killed George Floyd or Trayvon Martin, or, you know, beat up Rodney King on the street, or Emmett Till. You know, being black is somebody who's so special, so impactful, so influential, and so special they don't even realize it, that, you know, everybody on this planet is against them every which way. You could be a billionaire, people gonna still see you as a nigga. Y'all remember when LeBron James, you know, the most popular athlete on the planet, clearly, that's not even almost an argument, right? Remember when they wrote on his mansion, nigga or whatever, or like nigga only dribbles or whatever? It shows you that no matter how much money you make, you still looked at as a nigga in America. But it just shows you how much of Christ you have in you. And no matter how influential you are, you know, people still see you as, you know, a nigga. And that's only what they're trying to see you as, because they know that's your God's chosen. You're the most special person on the planet, black man.
I can go to you first.
Yeah, you did a fist up.
Being black to me, man, I don't. That's like the coolest. It's like, it's just like this double-edged sword to me. Being black in America is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, like, it's just, you see your type of culture in everywhere, like everywhere, bro. You see your culture in movies, music, art, and like you see other people using your culture too. But when it comes down to it, nobody really likes where the culture comes from. Like, nobody likes you. And so that's why I said it's this double-edged sword, because it's like, damn, being black is so cool. But at the same time, nobody wants to really be black. Like, it's cool to be black until it's time to really be black.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be black when a cop goes right behind you. You gotta check your
Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga.
Nobody wants to be a cop when you gotta walk into a store and you're scared to walk out because you ain't buy nothing. Yeah. Nobody want to be a black. Nobody wants, like, it's just like I said, it's double-edged sword. That's what it means to me. I feel like it's just like, it's crazy. I don't know. Just living in a constant state of pressure, just peer pressure. On me. Just like always happen to be better than everybody, because if you're not, then you're behind. And it's just, it's crazy, bro. It's like the type of mentality that we have. And you don't want to fight against your brothers, right? But the way shit's going, you have to. Like, you gotta look out for yourself. So
it's like you got a gun on both sides.
On both sides, bro. I hate you. I hate, like, look at the picture, bro. Like that shit is like, I can't even like describe like how true.
A cop calling you nigga, your brother calling you nigga.
Right, bro. It's just like double-edged sword, bro. Everybody loves it, but nobody loves it at the exact same time.
Yeah. Pressure either bust pipes or make diamonds.
Being black to me, I think being black is truly innovative. Like, there's just something new every day. There's a new dance, a new hairstyle. It's just exciting, intriguing, inspiring. But it's also, I mean, it's sad. It's hard being black, but it's also very fun being black, if that makes sense. But like, that's just, it's fun but hard.
And before, like, one more thing about being black. I think the hardest thing for like black is being able to express ourselves. We can't express ourselves in no type of way. If you're depressed as a black person, like, you just don't have the time for it. Like, you're already black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my nigga, you're already behind. Being a man, you're already behind. You don't have the time to be sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's also something that I also see every single day, is like having this pressure again to be okay every single day. Like, I have to be okay.
And then growing to finding out the true definition of like masculinity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a lot. But anyway, y'all, we're finna go to break. When we come back, we have some questions that we're gonna ask each other. Could be fun, could be crazy, could be scary, could be whatever. Anyway, this is our network. Stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
And
We're back, y'all. Young activists back here, and of course we got the youth talking about relatable topics that y'all could be able to comment down below during the live, and also make sure that you share this video so we can be able to get them views and likes up so people can understand what the youth is talking about in today's time. So today we're gonna all speak on what we want to talk about today, right? Everybody got their questions and their ideas, right? And so basically what we're gonna do is each people are gonna have 2 questions they're gonna ask all 5 of us here, and so then we're gonna basically discuss it. So who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Cool.
So I guess this is a pretty cool question. After recent events we've seen, I'll kind of give a breakdown, make sure it's not a long question. But beginning of I want to say in like April, right? The United States hit a quarantine because of COVID-19. And then I want to say recently, about like a week ago, we had just got lifted, and the first thing everyone did was kind of protest and go out and rally and you know just do the recent events and everything like that. So with all that being said, there has been some talk that COVID-19 it was not real to begin with. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Personally speaking, I feel like it's real, but I don't think it's as serious as everyone's making it seem. I feel like they're just tripping because, like, the media exposure that it got.
Coronavirus, COVID-19.
That was
shit
a
was
real
just
You gotta be wearing the
It
mask.
was real good, my nigga.
Hey, see you thinking with your mind. I see. He the plant. He the agent. See, of course he's gonna be the one to play. It's not serious at all.
I never said it wasn't that serious, but I mean, like,
Excuse me.
it's basically like a more, like, a slightly worse than strep, but like 80-degree weather can kill it. So it's like, I honestly
go
feel like
outside.
the only reason why people were tripping is because everyone on the media was tripping, and then it started trending, and the news was just like, you know what, it's trending, let's just,
All right.
let's just
Kind of like Black Lives Matter.
You feel me? Yeah, exactly like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Like, what? That was actually-
Wait, chill.
But
Okay.
yeah, anyways, like I feel like it's still out there because like my job is like, cause I work at a trampoline park, and like not everything in the trampoline park is open because of the virus. You feel me? Like we have to shut down the foam pits because we can't clean foam.
All right.
But like, I don't know.
For reals, you can't.
Look, this is what I think personally, all right? So I want to agree with him too, because if you think about it and you look back, every election, you already know what I'm about to say, there's always some type of a disease, right? There's always some type of big global pandemic or something, right? But what's been different, and even now you can claim, just like, and you say like the Black Lives Matter, which we can compare, every time that we look back to the past 4 years or even to these movements, what's changed is technology. Technology has always gotten better and improved. So with that said, with this coronavirus, and while we didn't see the last election like this like blow up, is because of the way they was able to portray it in the media, right? With the way they was able to make everybody panic and fear. I mean, come on, let's be realistic, bro. Who needs all that toilet paper, bro? You feel me?
Well,
and then
no,
watch.
I mean, I don't think that was like.
No, I wasn't done. I'm not done.
That
I'm not
was
done.
from
I'm
the-
not done.
Consumers.
Well, it is from the media because once the media was showing that everybody was running out of toilet paper, people that were stocking, were losing stock ups in different
But that
stores.
wasn't weird and
Everybody's running, but that's not it. That's not my
That's their
point.
job,
That's not my
man.
point. That's not my point.
Okay.
Watch.
Okay, go ahead.
When the liquor store and the dispensaries, if you don't remember, here in Colorado, were about to be shut down, they gave a 24-hour warning. Within minutes, there was lines outside of the dispensaries, lines outside of the liquor stores,
Then they were essential.
and they had to change the decision all the way, which lets you know, like, everybody was watching, everybody's knowing what's going on, everybody's paying attention. So when you could say it's killing this many people, and we all know the numbers aren't even realistic, you know what I'm saying? We know that they're saying some cases if you just died, that they can say some of it was coronavirus.
Like a heart attack,
Right.
Like they test you and you're positive for the coronavirus.
They're just gonna say
That'd
that's how
be
you
funny.
die.
Somebody
Feel
got
me?
shot. They like it's corona.
So real shit.
They do that.
So
Yeah.
with that said, like, you know what I'm saying, they could portray so much more, which they already control the media, than it already needs to be. You feel me? So I don't think that it's really that, like, it's not gonna kill that many people. It's not something to be so worried about. Well, we have to shut down the whole economy. You feel me?
Right.
Where now we have trillions of dollars in debt because we're passing out stimulus check. Businesses are being shut down. You know, like, I don't think it's that serious. You feel me? But they can portray it with the media.
But you got to think about what, like, the virus only, like, when it was first announced, when it was first dropped, the virus was only attacking, like, older white people. right? And like our entire Senate, all our entire Senate though is like older white people. Right. So like our country was kind of in a crisis mode because if our
country for sure.
Nigga, you live here, bro. This is your country, bro.
I'm a citizen.
This is your country, bro. If you live in the country, bro, you live.
Let's not even get in that conversation.
Not with Elijah. This nigga tell me all. This nigga tell me all other
your
shit.
Country.
But I think that it was. I'm not gonna lie, man. At first, I was kind of like just reading a lot of shit. Like the conspiracy theories were really funny. That was the funniest thing. Like the whole Bill Gates shit and like
you think that's funny?
Yeah, bro.
That's real.
How do you think that's real? I don't think Bill Gates gives a fuck enough to
kill these. Said celebrities were getting paid to say they had the coronavirus, and after she said that, no more celebrities were talking about they had the coronavirus.
That's not true. Idris Elba came out and said I had coronavirus.
Who?
Idris Elba.
Really?
Yeah. Tom Hanks' son was like, you didn't see the video of Tom Hanks' son? He was like, my dad, yeah. And the Illuminati. I'm so sorry, guys.
So is it real, yes or no?
No. I mean, yeah, it's real. Okay. It's real, but I don't think it wasn't as serious as it was brought up to be.
So y'all are all in agreement to that, pretty much. Y'all all said it's not that serious.
It's not that serious to shut down.
But your theory is all.
It's real. It's real, but it's not that serious.
It was unprecedented. That's what it was. We've never seen anything like this before on the on the magnitude that we have seen it of, and like. It's just everything was just perfect storm. Social media,
like about the bubonic plague.
Nigga, we haven't seen it like how we seen it like now.
Can I tell you
what I mean by seen it is because like we can't see it like
you got a dumbass president. That's what
do you mean?
Real talk.
Bro, all got a dumbass.
How are we you live here and you are United States American citizen. You are an American citizen.
I don't know why.
As far as I'm concerned, that's your American president, okay?
That's your American president.
That's ID and everything. Hold on. So, with our president, bro, think about this logically. How are we the third like how are we the last country to get hit? The hardest. And we're at the number one with the most cases and most deaths. Top of that, with Trump, our president, talking about this is a hoax. 24 hours later, this is serious. We need to start taking it serious. Like, as a leadership of the president, that's really why we're in this situation today. Because China was able to 76 days, able to bring it back to where it's at.
Zero.
You feel me? So for 2 weeks without any new cases.
Yeah.
And now get back to where they need to be. Mm-hmm. We're stuck in our situation. Now we're opening back up. Like, logically.
But you also got to think about China's government, though. Also think about China's government. They have a real tyrannical government. Like, we live in a country where nobody gives a fuck
but can
about
we be honest?
Says.
What type of actions did we see take that really looked like it was serious and that we were like, you felt safe? Did you feel safe when Trump was saying all the 2 weeks restriction? He was trying to open up before Easter, dog, or on Easter.
But the thing was, it was funny because
not even a month after
the thing that was funny about that, but people were getting mad about it being opening up. It was that people were the same people that were mad about it opening up were mad about it being closed down, and so I have a problem with. You know,
I don't care about them.
You know what I'm saying? Even me, I was still like, I kind of live with somebody that has CPD, and so living with somebody that has CPD, it doesn't matter if I get it or if I don't get it. Even if I bring it on my shoes and track it in, and she has a chance of getting it, it's a respiratory illness like altogether. Right. So you feel me? Like I was already nervous from the jump. But and that's what the virus I honestly think. It wasn't for you, me, or anybody in here. It was for the older.
I don't know who you could say what virus was for.
It was for the old. It was for the older.
There's never been a virus or been anything that you could tell me that's only been specific for an age group.
Well, no, but more people are susceptible like to the symptoms if you have like a weaker immune system.
I don't see a lot of young people. Honestly, I don't see a lot of young people testing. Real talk. I'm not testing.
If you're older, you're more susceptible to dying.
Have you seen the test for the coronavirus, bro? I'm going without knowing. No cap. Bro, they take a swab like that big and shove it up your nose so it hits like the back of your throat. I'm cool. I'll just go without knowing.
And honestly, can I ask you a question? Have we looked at the numbers to see how many youth have actually got it?
How many? It doesn't tell you.
Does it tell you?
How many kids are really going to the doctor?
And that too.
Because they think they have coronavirus.
Right.
Kids are probably just walking around and what's up, bro?
What's
up, my nigga? What's up, bro? Just touching everybody, doing all types of shit, and then those kids are talking to other people, and we only have 2 weeks to really see what, like, that's the I forgot what it's called, but the when you really start seeing symptoms show up. So shit, I'm starting to think if nothing happens by this time, then we can start questioning the government and the media and everybody else as to like what was going on.
That's because COVID-19 is a pandemic. It's not a pandemic.
It definitely is. I think so.
2 years before, the president of like the health coalition said that there was going to be a pandemic, like in 2018, and then it ended up happening. It's all planned.
I can say something right now.
It's all pre-planned.
Someone's finna get cancer.
In 2 years.
In 2 years.
And they're gonna be important.
Very important.
So,
and you're gonna say, and you're gonna know.
But the difference is you saying that versus the president of the health foundation. That's two different types of people.
What's the difference?
He has status and he has potential to be able to be in control of that situation.
But
you don't.
He's just saying something that could happen.
But the thing is, it was so accurate. And
so is somebody. So
just like he's saying
even get cancer 2 years from now.
Just like even with Bill Gates, he said he literally said this in an interview that the worst thing that's going to happen to the quote unquote American citizens is there's going to be a breakout through an illness of some sort.
But was that the worst thing that happened? You guys are saying that wasn't even the worst thing that happened, so that can't be true. So that can't be pandemic.
There was Ebola, there was H1N1.
I mean,
coronavirus was.
You know what I honestly feel about this,
definitely.
bro? I think that this is just practice of control, bro.
It's practice of martial law. Yes, for sure.
But we never entered martial law.
That's his practice of.
No, we never entered it. Okay, well, next question, Trinity.
All right, so going back to like the kids thing, like I'm sure you guys have like heard like, oh, don't bring like a white girl home, like kind of how Bo was asking.
Oh, damn.
Like when you have kids, like do you think that will ever like is that a thing? Like will that be a thing?
Me personally, I personally feel like I'm pretty open minded. Like I'm not gonna care if my kid brings home like a white, Hispanic, black, like even same sex, like low key, because like I really do not care that much. Like you feel me? So it's just like live your life, bro. Be happy as long as you're like maintaining good grades, good social status. You feel me? Not out here just like robbing people, smoking crack, bro. Like I could really care less. You feel me? Do you?
Right.
So give me a second on this one, all right? Let me break this down. I know Tuxie me get I was not ready. All right. So about myself personally, real quick. I wouldn't want no white woman in my life, and I won't marry no white woman. There's a lot of reasons that come with that, you know, from bloody rape to just, you know, two different cultures and having to raise our kids in a lot of different ways, especially in times like these. Remember I said times like these. So if we look back to our parents, to a lot of our adults, people that are here now in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they experienced a different type of racism that we experienced, you feel me? Like, realistically, they experienced police brutality on another level, when discrimination was more open in public,
more open.
Right? So, with that said, that grew up to change their perspective on life, right?
Yeah.
And with that said, a lot of people stuck together. A lot of people had to have each other's back, right?
Stay within their race.
Right.
Fight the power.
Right. And it affected them and trauma. So for me personally, like growing up, I feel like we haven't experienced as much racism, obviously, but we still experience it today. Now, by the time we're in 30, you know what I'm saying, 40, and we're having our kids and they're growing up to be maybe even more 50 and they're getting to the age to start dating, my whole vision is, and the way I'm hoping the world's going to look, especially with even the times like now, that we won't have to see racism, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we've seen the dramatic change in our lives growing up compared to our parents, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We can only imagine and fathom what they went through. You can only see it in a video, in a documentary. So I'm hoping that there's a dramatic leap like that too when I get older, so that my kids can be like, oh wow, I can only watch that in a movie to really know what you went through and experience, you know what I'm saying? Which I could tell them like, damn, my grandpa, your grandpa, my pops had to go through way worse than you. You really glad that you didn't have to see what they went through. You feel me? Right. So with that said, how this all ties along is, like with that said, I hope racism isn't too much of a thing at that time. Then we don't have to worry about bloody rape and about a white dad hating on a black kid and that leading to somewhere down to Emmett Till. You feel me? Like I don't have to deal with none of that, and I'm hoping that the world's gonna be different by then. So. I won't care by then.
Yeah, so
my ultimate answer is I won't care by then.
You don't want to care.
Right. And I'm hoping the world will be different by then.
I get it. Yeah, that's tight.
I'm gonna keep it a band. You can't be pro-black and sleep with the oppressor. It's impossible. If you fight for your people and you claim to be for your people, you cannot be over here sleeping with a white woman on the side. It doesn't make any sense. It's contradictory. Just period, point blank. Now, if you're claiming to fight for the human race, do whatever you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want some Martin Luther King stuff, I mean, even if I disagree with your philosophy,
that's your son. Your son comes home with a white woman.
With a white woman. How are you reacting?
how am I reacting to my son came home with a white woman?
Yeah.
I would be like, damn, like, bro, I think I failed, G.
That's like spitting in your face.
Yeah, like, for real. Like at the end of the day, you gotta love yourself before you love anybody else. We have a hard time loving
Well, let me ask
ourselves.
you this: how do you not know?
Your family, bro.
In 30 years from now, if you know what I'm saying, like we're so up top, you know what I'm saying, like we're not feeling that type of way.
You know why?
He's right.
Because
We're
how long?
like what weird.
I don't want to say. I'm not saying we're the oppressors. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Listen. So, how long ago was Martin Luther King's "I Had a Dream" speech?
About 40 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
40, 50 years ago.
40, 50 years ago.
Right.
Okay, so this is 40, 50 years later. How much is?
Oh no, I'm sorry, 60 years ago.
60 years ago.
1960s, yeah.
How much has really changed?
Not a lot. I mean, a lot. Actually, not a lot. A lot.
Through speech, through freedom of speech and being able to integrate.
We still deal with a lot of bullshit today.
For sure, that's what I'm saying. So the thing is
Lots.
politically, like when it comes to freedom of speech and integration, them is two things I could for sure say Martin Luther King helped out for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Freedom of speech and integration. But overall, though, as a community and as a people, we still have a hard time loving ourselves. I think we loved ourselves more in like the 40s, 30s, and 20s than we do now. Economically, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, understanding one another. We had Black Wall Street that was destroyed.
I was just going to tell you about that, too.
That was destroyed because of a white woman. A lot of people don't know that. That was destroyed because of a white woman.
Yeah, right. Because of a rape, right?
Yeah, because of a quote-unquote rape that didn't even happen. Black Wall Street was destroyed. I have to love my people before I love anybody else. It's a duty of mine.
Right.
So I would expect
It's you.
That's why I said I have to love my
So once they
people.
love themselves,
Your kid.
yeah, if your
You
kid
keep
loves
saying you.
themselves and then they're like, all right, but I still want to be
I
with
want
this
this
white woman.
I'd be
Like,
like,
she loves me too.
Like imagine a cool ass white woman.
I'd be like, I bet.
Cool ass white woman.
You do that over there.
What does she do that over there?
You just owning a nigga if he come home with a white woman?
You do that over there.
He said what he
Even if
said.
the world
He
is
said
saying.
what he said.
Even if white people are still not
You can't
oppressors,
change
right?
somebody's. You
So
can't change
even if we
somebody's
look in the
opinion,
future,
bro.
and we got black mayors, president, politicians everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We don't even see white motherfuckers in power. They're not the oppressors no more. You still feel the same way because what you're saying the whole time is just what the oppressors.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's all you're saying, just the oppressors. You don't want him to sleep with the oppressors. You don't want that. So if 40 years from now, I'm saying like. It's a different world, bro. We're on top as a race. You know what I'm saying? We're doing what we got what we deserve. You feel me?
But he's not just speaking
Or
because
at
of the
least
world. He's
equal.
speaking through his beliefs, like in
Yeah,
what
but
he believes.
you gotta. Okay, so your beliefs the same? Well, not even that.
For your son?
Shit, hey.
No,
Hey,
because
yeah,
he
you're
right,
believes
right,
they're
that's
always
what
going
you're
to be
saying.
the
That's what you're
oppressor.
saying.
So like he's not gonna. He's not thinking about
That's
the
what
world.
you're saying.
Once an oppressor, always an oppressor.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
At the end of the day, bro, when you go to Asian cultures, when you go to Arab cultures, even certain African cultures, they could be the top of the they could be on top of the totem pole. At the end of the day, they want to love their people. They embrace their cultures more. One thing the black community in America does not do is embrace their culture. And the first way you can really embrace your culture and understand your
What do you mean
culture
by that? What do you
is
mean
by
by that?
marrying your own people.
What do you mean by? Okay, that's just one way you mean by not embracing our culture.
That's the
right?
most important way.
Okay.
How can a white woman ever teach a black man about
Of course,
police brutality?
we're on the same
Even
page.
50 years from now.
We get the same. We get what you're saying, but
I thought you just said
It's
that's the
your
only
kid.
way to embrace culture.
Even my kid, I'll be like,
Your
bro,
kid.
everything I taught you.
but think about
Bet, B.
but think about
Bet.
And
you.
you teaching your kid that, and that's how you raise him.
What everything you taught him, and he was just like, I still.
I'll be like, I bet you can do that over there.
Damn, bro.
That's just the way he was raised. That's you.
I mean, to me, honestly, I'm gonna be. My mom raised me the same. She raised me like, don't bring a white woman home. That's how I was raised. Like, better not bring a white girl home. Like, just playing around, like as a joke. But to me, I mean, it was just like, don't bring a white girl home. I mean, but I know for a fact if I did, she wouldn't care. You feel me? And so like that's how I'm gonna be with my kids. Like, don't bring no white girl here, man.
Just
But then if they do, you be like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tried my best.
You know what I mean? Because like, it's nothing to lose. There's nothing for me to lose sleep over. As long as she's right. You know what I'm saying? If she's a crackhead, she's a junkie or something like that.
Hey, bro,
that's a different story.
I've heard of a lot of married.
Like she a thief or something. If I got a bad feeling.
Right. I mean, if you're genuinely just a good person, you can be around my kid.
But I'm saying I've heard of a lot of conversations of like married black and white individuals, spouses from women to men being together and then once the conversation gets heated, you know how like relationship.
Yeah.
They'll use the N word on you, bro.
Well, are you raising your son correctly? Because he should know what to do once that happens, right?
What should they do? What if they have kids together? What if they got
What is
mortgages?
supposed to do when a white mom says
This calls you a nigger?
Yeah, they got kids together.
I would hope you would leave.
You would cracker?
You would know. Nah, you're supposed to just
Cracker?
leave. Grab your
How
shit.
about just not be in that situation to begin with?
I feel that.
Because then
She a cool ass white woman. She should.
right, bro. Because then you're
But
right.
I'm saying, I've heard of
Oh, you
cool
guys understand his beliefs. You guys
I understand his
Elijah's
stop asking
beliefs.
questions.
He's not
I get it. I know Elijah's beliefs. That's why it's just fun to ask.
All right, what's your next question? We on the next question?
What's your question?
All right, bet. Woo! Y'all ready for my question, man? All right. Let's say you in a room. Let's say there's 5 of us, right? 5 black people, black denizens or citizens of America, right here.
Okay.
And there's 5 white people, and we could just do almost like a "I'm not racist" type music video, where we could just like spill the beans. What are you gonna say to white folk that's y'all age right now, going through it in the man? Like they live in Cherry Creek, all white privilege, don't understand black culture and nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'd make it hard cut and raw.
Box braids are not for you, sis.
I want to hear all y'all opinions. Like, what would y'all for real say? Just be straightforward about this shit.
Can I hear yours first?
You want to hear mine first?
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, I'm gonna be like, to be honest with you,
you're not going to heaven.
to be honest with you, I would be like, thank you. Like you proving me right. You know what I'm saying? You proving why we need to stick together as a community.
Right.
Like, thank you for that. I appreciate racist white people because it just shows me why I need to love my people more.
Right. Racist. Wait, we're talking to racist white people or just white people?
I appreciate white people because it shows me why I gotta love my people more.
Okay. All right. So for the question though, like we're talking to white people or racist white
So
people?
Do we get one statement?
If there's 5 people like us, you know what I'm saying? 5 white people, Cherry Creek, grown up in Colorado, just in the white perspective.
Okay.
What are you gonna tell them? Straightforward, you could talk about the culture, your trauma, all that. What are you gonna tell these people who are y'all age? I want to hear all y'all.
If I would say that there is a such thing as white privilege. Like that is a real thing. I would also say black people listen to rock music. Black people watch anime.
I don't listen to rock.
Black people actually invented rock music. So, and then I would also say that I don't know, bro. Like, it's just I feel like it's so much going on right now. Like everything's being spoken for right now. Like I feel like my culture is speaking for itself. Like in this very moment, you know what I mean? Just like as everything's going on, as the world's moving, I feel like black people are speaking for themselves, and like they're speaking for all of us as a whole. If there's something I want white people to know is like I'm not scared no more. Like I know more. Just like I'm not my ancestors basically, or I forgot. There's a respectful way to say it, but like in that sense of term, like you know what I mean.
What are you gonna criticize them on?
I've never been the type of person to criticize anybody. Just, I mean, like, not. I don't mean like random people. You feel me? Like random people. I'm more worried about myself, like, and more like my journey than I am about what the white person's doing, or like if they're making a plan to fuck me up. Like I'm so addicted to the bag. I'm just like I'm always thinking about what am I going to be doing? Like how am I finna be like the next rich person? So
cool.
But I'm different. You feel what I'm saying? I come from a different perspective of like more independence of like by myself. Some people might want to just.
I'm gonna say stop asking for box braids, stop wearing box braids. Like I just don't even like. There's just such a thin line between like appreciation and appropriation. Like I just feel like nobody's real because like just social media influences everything so much nowadays. Like I don't even know if you really appreciate it or if you're just doing it to appropriate it because like
it's the wave.
This like yeah, it's just everything's a wave now. So like you can't tell like who's authentic and who's not. So
that's
just
real.
don't do it. Like that's just
facts.
Personally, for me, bro, this was like if I was gonna be in a room with some white people. Like there's nothing for me to discuss about. Decide like, bro. If you ain't seeing what's going on right now and you ain't out there,
right?
And you ain't supporting or doing something, bro, like I can't fuck with you.
You leave the room.
Just straight up, like, I'll just leave the room, bro. Like I don't need to speak to you about white privilege because clearly you know about that shit because you're not there at the protest. And you're comfortable just being in your skin, in your position. So, like, to me, there's not too much to conversate about with, if I was in a room, like, with a white person beside, why aren't you out downtown? You was there? No? All right, dudes.
Right. I'm gonna hit that right now.
I probably just tell them, like, they're probably like, you'll never understand the stuff that we go through.
Yeah.
Type deal. Like, you don't understand what it's like being 7 years old, having a talk with your mom about what you should do when you get stopped by the police.
Man.
You feel me? You've never had to sit down and have a talk with your mom about, like, the language you should use when you're outside the house. Because, like, it represents your entire race off rip.
Right.
Bro,
What color you should wear?
Yeah, what color you should wear. Like, you should always, like, watch what you're wearing, watch what you're saying, especially when you're at school, because it's like, thinking back on it, like, a lot of things, like white kids used to get away with a lot of stuff back in elementary school. They could just sit there, like, call you the N-word, but the moment you call them, like, a motherfucker back, it's a big old problem, bro. Like,
You might get called out to the office.
Yeah, you get called down to the office, you know, things like that. So it's just like, I just let it know, like, you'll never understand. Like, you'll never understand, like, anything.
I really
like,
want to slap you right now.
clueless. Like, you're clueless. Like when people say, like, Black Lives Matter, and then someone says something like, oh, I thought all lives matter. Like, when did I ever say your life didn't matter? You feel me? Like, for all lives to matter, Black lives do have to matter. And, like, the fact that there's still white people out there that don't understand that, it's just like,
That's crazy,
bro, is your brain made out of shit or something, bro? Like, what's wrong with you?
You seen the video with that little white girl? And she was telling her parents, like,
oh, yeah.
that shit was crazy because I think that's just, like, a real peek into, like, what white people really think, though.
Yeah.
Like, they just sit around and just smoke and they just be ghetto all day.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what he said, bro. Like, word for word.
White people really, like, are on TikTok saying, well, black people want their rights so bad, they should work
Get
for
jobs.
them.
Get jobs.
They don't have
They should
cars.
act like they should
I
work.
see,
Should act like they
talk
should
that.
deserve rights.
I worked 400 years.
What?
I worked
What does
400
that
years in this country.
Act like I deserve rights.
What?
Work from.
Yeah, work for your rights.
You know the White House is built because of me, right?
Yeah, type shit.
Literally, bro. Like, literally, my nigga. So, I mean, yeah. That shit blew my mind. And, like, just peeking at that video, it was just like, damn, bro. Because it sounded like just, like a regular white dude. It didn't sound like a racist white dude. And what I mean by, like, racist white dude, you can tell when a nigga racist. Like,
Yeah.
he has more under. It sounded like he had some, like, just real straight prejudice. He was just like, you know, they just sit there and they smoke all day. They don't know what they're doing. They just smoke weed. Bro. They're hopeless and all this other shit.
Out there acting with wild animals.
Right, bro. And it's just like, wow.
Y'all trying to bring them white women home, all right? All right, what's your question?
But the little girl.
Y'all got a lot to say.
Hey, but to Sam's point, the little girl was talking shit to her parents.
She was.
Yeah.
But
like,
she was also recording it. Would she have done that if the camera wasn't on? Let's be real.
But I think that's better though. That's better. But in certain
But if
instances,
the camera wasn't on,
you have to
really be going that hard.
expose.
She knew what she was talking about for surely because her mom tried to bring up stats talking about like 13% of the jails are made up of black, only 13% of black males get arrested, and she was just like, that's because black males only make up such a little percent of the population. If black people were to have the same amount of, if we had the same amount of number as white people, the difference in arrests and police killings would be a totally, like, you really see the difference.
And for shit like that, you have to record. For shit like that, you have to record because just believing it, like you believe it, like yeah, we believe it, but you have to hear it. You have to hear that. It makes it more powerful and more impactful. I could give a damn if it was faked or not. Nigga, like this is what we really hear. Right. This is what we really see. It's like the shit that
people
we
really think like this.
Exactly. Like, and so the fact that it was recorded, the fact that she did talk shit to her parents, because that was something at that age, I don't know if I could be able to do how she did it. You feel me? And then proceed to post it.
How old was the girl?
I don't know. She looked like the same age.
Like probably like 15,
high school 16, or something.
Like she was definitely in high school.
And think about the climate though. When you post anybody doing anything racist now, you're getting fired.
Yeah, bro. And then she was willing
to
do that with her parents, bro. Like just like these are the people that I live with. They're
First of all, her
completely
parents don't really care.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
They're gonna
you
be
don't
like,
know, you don't know
oh,
that
Sarah, go
economic
to your room.
situation.
Like,
Bro,
Y'all don't know what type of bitter it is.
Bro, y'all cannot. Hey, Elijah, bro, y'all cannot be these black people where it's just like every time we can't. Be,
it's not. It's
like
not
being
even the fact, but I feel like I do have a right to question the authentic. Like,
yeah, I know. I
if
get
the
you.
camera was turned off, would
you
she
can
have
get
been
it.
doing the same thing?
I
and that's
truly
a real
believe,
question.
I truly believe so. Like I said, you have to have the camera on for those instances. It's just for another instance. If the camera wasn't on for George Floyd, would there be a riot?
Type shit.
Would
No.
There be, okay, my point.
That's my
the
whole point.
The cameras have to be on. That was authentic though, right?
There wasn't one for the camera wasn't off for Trayvon Martin.
What's up?
I was gonna say Elijah was playing.
But there wasn't. But was there? But what was there? There wasn't. But was there a riot for Trayvon Martin?
That was definitely the starter for the police brutality though.
That wasn't
definitely
police
started.
brutality.
MDK,
That wasn't police brutality. Trayvon Martin wasn't killed by police
No, he
officers.
wasn't.
He was killed by George Zimmerman.
Yeah, he was.
Either way,
It started at MDK. I know it started at MDK.
Shame on you,
He
Elijah.
was neighborhood watch.
Shame
He was,
on you.
All right. Well,
He was
look.
still
yeah, what's your question?
Since you know, we kind of talked about COVID earlier.
Yeah.
And I was kind of mentioning about conspiracies, and I was thinking. So I wanted to know, personally, from y'all, what conspiracy theories do y'all believe?
Well, I'm gonna have to go last. Okay.
Damn, bro.
I'm not saying anything.
I don't believe in a lot of conspiracies. I'm not gonna cap, but
No, Hez used to be sold on one conspiracy theory.
which one was
When
it?
we were in middle school, we used to ride the bus home, and it was the airport conspiracy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was like,
indeed.
Oh no,
how
I
old-
lied about that. I was just gassing him up.
he
I was telling him like
he believed
I was telling him like, there was a
believed
gas
it.
chamber. Hold on.
No,
I lied
he
about it.
believed
I lied about
it.
the
He
whole
was-
thing. Promise you I did.
No, he
Promise you I
believed
did.
it. He was
I think
not lying.
now
I still
though.
think so.
I think now though, man. I think the biggest conspiracy that's true is aliens. Now, I think it's aliens, bro.
Aliens? You believe
I-
aliens?
I-
Out of all things you choose,
Well, it's just
aliens?
because like that's the one thing that you really can't prove if it's
Well,
but now we can. You know, you feel me? Now we can. You know what I'm saying? You saying now we can like prove that like, hey, the government did post this. That is an unidentified flying object.
It ain't
You
a-
want to know what's
it
crazy
ain't a
though, too?
conspiracy then.
You want to know what's crazy too though?
What?
Watch. So if y'all remember, bro, I want to say September. Everybody was going to Vegas though, to Area 51.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Did
rating.
people actually go?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
people went, but they was threatening like we're gonna shoot anybody who comes down this
Bro,
mother.
that should have been known off rip.
But watch,
Area
watch.
51.
Right, they said that, right? They didn't want nobody going in. Now coronavirus happens, boom. Then you notice how they just slip in, bro. Those two videos like it was nothing. And ain't nobody really talking about it like that.
The parallel
But
universe
imagine
That
if they
shit's
posted
crazy,
that
too.
in September though. You feel me? Back when everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, niggas were
Niggas
trying to break
would've
that
camped
bitch
out.
down. Yeah. Oh
What
God.
outside all day in their trucks,
God, nigga.
groups of 10 people.
Trying to
So,
see what the aliens
so-
are looking like.
hey, I just think that they're clever. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of clever doing that, but I think
Aliens
real.
are black. Anyways.
Oh,
Who's the next
my
person?
gosh.
Yeah.
I want to hear this next. I want to hear
Uh,
how that goes.
A conspiracy theory?
Uh,
I don't really look into conspiracy theories a lot, but I think they're very intriguing. I don't know.
you don't believe that, like, you know, Bush did 9/11. You don't hear about that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Bush did
you
9/11
have to
and the
really
government
be
put crack
like,
in the hood.
That's real.
That's real.
That's not a
That's
conspiracy.
real. They
But let
didn't
me tell you.
deliberately put crack in the hood, but they gave the money to like. Trust me. Yeah, trust me,
Crack in the hood,
The US kind
That
of
shit is true.
Just like the drug cartel near the border, bro, that's controlled by the government.
Yeah, that shit is
all
real.
that, bro. Come on, who's flying? What person has access to a plane to fly back and forth from overseas? You know what I'm saying?
What black
white
person?
man?
Like, yeah, bro. No, at
Like
that
that.
time, like no one.
You know what I'm saying? With kilos, come on, man.
But
Uh,
I don't know. I'm not the person that's gonna stay up all night on YouTube, like getting deep into it.
man, you never thought about.
I used to back in the day. I used to watch
Anything
Backwards,
that might-
Tupac,
That's
Tupac,
not who I am.
Ours
Backwards
hours.
music
Oh, the
videos,
YouTube.
niggas.
All right,
he said
so
something.
Backwards,
He said
Barney-
Prince
the Barney music, Barney backwards,
He said-
You used to be
SpongeBob
like, damn,
backwards.
these niggas,
Like, whoa,
they are sacred,
Oh,
It's that 666.
No, I used to
Hey,
be
I
scared
used to be
of
crying.
that shit. You thought them niggas said all types of
Hey,
evil
Tupac
shit.
killed Illuminati backwards. He said, "Ray, hey, you be trying to hear the weird stuff too. You be trying to make it so it be like, "Say living." You see, he said, "Satan, bro."
I told you, nigga.
Hey, I don't even know. Bro. Hey, I remember that back in the day, bro.
Oh, that shit was
Probably
funny,
just
bro.
the Tupac one.
Like Lucifer, Jay-Z
Like he's still
backwards.
alive?
That's Tupac still
Yeah.
alive somewhere in Barbados.
Yeah,
Nah, Cuba.
I think he
Cuba.
is.
Cuba.
See, that's a
Tupac is
conspiracy.
dead.
Yeah.
I believe it.
That's a good conspiracy.
That's one I
think he's dead.
probably watched on YouTube because my mom sent me the video.
That man is a dead man.
You think he's dead?
For 20 years, yes.
Yeah.
I think he's a corpse.
Ash.
For sure. Hey,
He got aired out.
That's not.
every celebrity who died is dead.
Hey, on me.
Real talk, bro. I don't know what reason why they would be alive right now. Every celebrity, except maybe Elvis. Anyway.
Wow, Elvis is the white man. He would be alive.
Hell yeah.
They made
They've actually seen his DNA.
You said
like
Elvis is alive?
For real? They've seen Elvis.
No,
Why would it-
Elvis cannot be alive.
But not now for sure.
No.
Maybe like 20 years ago. Anyway, I think one conspiracy that's for sure real is I don't even think this is a conspiracy. I think the government is designed to kill black people. Period. Point blank.
We got real quick.
Like for real, I think the government is fully designed. The hoods, the tenements, the
Facts.
projects,
Good.
everything from diseases to AIDS to all those pandemics. They always end up affecting us more at the end every time. Diabetes,
Well, that's just
cholesterol.
because we're like we're in lower income areas.
Yeah, but we've also been conditioned to eat healthy, eat less, eat less healthy economically.
Yeah, facts.
We're designed to die.
And another reason why I could like believe him on that is because like you've never heard of a white kid having his life planned out since birth. You feel me? Like with black kids, like if they grow up in Chicago, bro, like a large majority of them, nigga, they're selling drugs by 13 or they're dead by 15. You feel me? Or in jail. Like I've never heard of a white person, already having his life planned out by the time he's born. But the black guy, it's just like, yeah, you're either
Because it's just gonna work
you're
out for
selling
him.
drugs by
regardless.
13, you're gang banging by 15, you're in jail by 20.
A lot of black men don't also you right about that. A lot of black men don't also see themselves married or like 30, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real talk, especially in hella hood areas,
Right.
you feel me? So definitely I think that's not even a conspiracy. I think that's a fact, but if it is a conspiracy, that's just real to me.
This is my conspiracy, and I don't think it's a conspiracy.
That's what
Corona's
most people-
fake.
that's what most
Nah,
people-
like that we already knew. And I'm not even gonna say about the Illuminati because we all know about that too, right?
Is that real or fake?
Yeah, we all know that's real.
Okay.
But I don't think that there's a Republican Party and a Democratic Party.
That
You
is
think they're all just working
that
against
is the greatest thing I've heard so far. Cause that's facts, bro.
I think that
Left wing,
at
right
the
wing.
end of the day, if you can just fool everybody, like why not just have all the power? You feel me? Why not? You can control everything that's going on. Ain't nobody finna know. I mean, you got your Espines, what's his name? Jeffrey Espines. You got your islands. You feel me?
That man was a child
You feel me?
molester.
Democrats and Republicans.
So-
I got another conspiracy after yours. I want to hear yours.
So, but
Conspiracy. I was about to ask
I'm
my
actually
question.
intrigued by this. So you just think that people are just
Oh, I think that all those white people.
it's just a facade. Like
It's a facade, bro.
So
like
what
you
about
niggas is just like
Is
What- like,
is
let
Obama
me ask you,
legit?
just ask yourself this, and be 100% honest. Don't even think about like, just be honest. Be honest. You feel
Right.
me? Don't think about yourself right now, because you do got emotions and you do care for people
Right.
and other people's opinions, like and community. But just think, if I had control of trillions of dollars,
Yeah.
you feel me? I can know who the next president's gonna be. He could be my buddy. You feel me? Like, shoot, I'm older than him. Like, he might have been in one of my programs. Why wouldn't I want to be in control of all that?
so who controls it?
The Rothschild.
All the people that you see on TV, the Democrats, Republicans.
So was
I don't think at the end
Obama
of the day they're on a
legit?
super team. I think they're on a super team.
So you think
So
it's like
was
you think
Obama-
everyone's
I think everybody's on the
everyone's
same team.
together?
So do you think
Right.
Obama was
Was-
legit?
I think
Obama
No,
legit.
I
So
don't
do you
think
Democrats
think
and
that they're having
Republicans.
fun?
I think that don't stop the human LeBron. LeBron.
Human
Obama,
LeBron.
the human Obama. I always say human LeBron because LeBron's a beast. You feel me?
Yeah, he is.
But the human in Obama, you feel me? I don't think it stops that. He still was trying to do what he needed to do. I mean, he started the MBK after Trayvon Martin, right? He was doing what he could do for the black community. Now, he
That's
could've
a
done
flaw,
lot
brother.
more.
That's a
He could've
flaw,
done-
brother. I'm gonna
he
stop
could've-
right there, brother. Brother, I'm gonna stop
Brother.
you. Brother, I'm gonna stop you because you can't just, you know what I mean?
I said
The nigga can't be a part of some grand scheme but still be a human. Like,
bro. I'm talking about the human in him, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The compassion he has for the black people community.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
But anybody
they're the
who-
ones that run, like, no, the Republicans, Democrats, I think that they're all one team. Let's just call them the Alpha team, right? Boom, I think they're the Alpha team. They know
That's a good name, too.
who the next who's going to be the next year. And if they see a person that's up and coming, they keep their eye on them. Like, why wouldn't it, don't you think it'd be a great scheme to get away with having a black president? Now all the black people are happy.
Yeah,
It's
that's it,
accomplishment.
Moses.
That's history right
Racism's
there.
over.
You feel me? Like, nigga, they of course they. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Because the hatred and on the Republican Party,
niggas can take that if it's all fake. If you know that, I
guess
how niggas eat it up.
I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying.
Politics is entertainment to a degree.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just feel like people. I think
TV.
it's just really filled beliefs. Like,
I mean, but you can say the same thing with beef.
TV,
beefs like with rap. You know, a lot of that stays. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but people can confirm on the streets that that's real now. You can fly out and be like, yo, is that Filthy Rich?
You can't do that with politics.
I went out there in Oakland and I found out the Filthy Rich and Mozzie beef was real because I asked a dude that lived down in Oakland. But with this stuff, we don't know. We're not in that power and control. You feel me? But one thing I will say, bro, at the end of the day, like, if you control everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so then why are we telling people to vote then? What's the point of voting?
Not everybody.
So if the government told us not to vote, my nigga, what's gonna happen?
But
the streets is gonna go
so
crazy.
Do you believe
it's a push. But it's a push on voting. Like everyone's
so do you
pushing us
think
to
we
vote.
should vote?
If
you believe that they're just
What are you
one
talking about?
Not everybody's pushing.
Dude, that's part of the scheme, bro.
That's a push to
If
vote.
that did not happen, bro, you would notice something is fishy, bro. Come on.
Okay,
like,
so
if you notice that everything wasn't happening like right now, how
so
it's being pushed,
where does
you
this
would notice
start?
something's
So where does
funny.
this conspiracy start?
So do
it
we
has
vote?
to start at the top.
Do I
It
need
can't
to
start.
It starts way back to slavery.
But it can't start
So do
locally,
we
right?
vote?
It can't start here in
I just want to know, are we
locally, right?
Nah,
Your
but
theory is
there's
correct,
levels
should
to
we
this,
vote?
bro. You feel me? There's levels to this.
Should you
know what I'm
vote?
saying?
If your theory is
happens
correct,
locally-
should we vote?
You said what?
Technically speaking,
Technically
your
not.
theory, should we vote?
We should. It doesn't even matter.
Do you vote?
It doesn't matter.
It don't even matter
Everything's
because they're gonna
planned.
pick
See, look,
it up.
watch.
I low-key
at the
agree
end of the
with
day,
him.
I mean, I
I
see
think at
it.
the end of the day, it don't
I
matter.
agree with him,
But
to be honest.
if I'm gonna be talking
If it
about, I
doesn't
want change.
matter-
Listen, if I'm gonna be talking about change, I gotta be about my action. So other people are watching me not vote for my leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look like a hypocrite.
I'm
and
sorry,
I'm
bro.
contradicting myself. But at the end
Donald
of the
Trump
day,
is
you know
president,
what it
my
is?
nigga.
Like, you feel
Like,
me?
how does an alpha team look at Donald
Nah,
Trump?
call it the Eagle team.
Why is it?
The Eagle
Why
team.
is Donald Trump out of office?
How do
bro?
you sit
That's
down
the
and say?
example right
And how do you
there.
sit?
How did he
sit
get
down?
in the first
Hey,
place?
hey, hold on. We got each two conspiracies.
Then
Let's
he
get
just
to
stood
the.
up on
Yeah,
you.
it's
No,
your
I'm just
turn.
saying. I'm just saying.
See, you
I
said
don't
Donald
see.
Trump.
We got
I don't
two
see-
more conspiracies.
No, I get it. I'm just saying. I just don't see how the Republican. Literally, nobody likes Donald Trump in office. Like nobody.
Then why is this nigga not in office?
Why is he not in office? Because he's the president.
Because nigga, they're the alpha team.
Huh?
You like
They're the
Donald
alpha
Yeah.
team. They're the alpha team.
You like Donald
I
Trump?
already answered the question.
Trump, hey, I'm gonna keep it a band.
Is he
Trump
serious?
Trump is the
He
reason
really
why
likes
Black
him?
America's waking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That when you talk about, I think white people, and you have a conversation, I'll be with Trump and I'll be like, thank you. There, you open up my people's eyes, dog. That's the only time I say thank you to a white person like that in the room.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys do understand that there is a conspiracy theory out there called QAnon, where Donald Trump is like the conspiracy that you're saying, where like there's this shadow government and like there's someone.
yeah, there's two
pulling
Donald
strings.
Trumps, one with the blue tie, one with the red.
No, I don't. Never heard that.
You never heard that? Hey, I've heard that one
But
before.
what they're saying is that Donald Trump is like quote unquote the savior. Even the Jeffrey like Epstein case and everything like that. Like what he's doing is like the reason why there's a wall in Mexico is so he can stop child trafficking. And he can stop child trafficking because it's going into Mexico and China.
Oh, that's cap.
And so like what y'all are saying is the exact basis for that conspiracy theory. Look
That's
it up.
not what he's
QAnon.
My savior is Black Jesus.
QAnon, bro. Look it up. Like y'all's
Alright,
theories for
anyways,
a crazy
next
government
question.
Yeah.
has
Next
Donald
question.
Trump as Lord and Savior.
No.
Swear to God.
He your Lord and Savior.
Swear to God. Look it up.
come on.
Look it.
That's part of
I
the
have no.
government.
Hey, it's
I have
Malik's
no.
turn.
I have no.
It's Malik's
Oh,
turn.
now when we
Come
start
on.
talking about y'all's conspiracy theories being fucked up, y'all want to switch the questions.
Whoa,
Hell
no, my
no.
conspiracy
Hell
theory
no.
was us getting
Hell
killed.
no. Hell
Yeah,
no.
come on.
You want to finish?
No, go ahead, bro.
All right.
Can I finish?
Let's see. How do y'all feel about the NFL standing with Black Lives Matter now, but back when it was only Colin Kaepernick taking a knee,
All right.
everybody was quiet?
Because, see, just like I said, like, if the cameras weren't on, would that girl would have said that? Like, I
But
just
you-
feel like with social media and, like, just the media in general, like,
People
you
are
can't,
fake.
yes, like, it's just so, like, everybody's so supportive now,
But
but, like,
what are we
But
supposed
back
to
when,
do?
Back when
That's
Colin
the trend.
Kaepernick did it, he took a knee, but everyone who was taking a knee with him was getting penalized. But
Exactly.
But
he's no
Roger
longer in the
Goodell.
league.
What?
He's no longer in the league. Now the athletes that are in football that are standing up are now being praised.
But Roger Goodell.
They're getting him his job back though.
Yeah, right. And the
he was the
NFL admitted.
sacrificial
They
lamb.
admitted. They said we were wrong. You were right. So I don't think. I mean, in
Well,
situations like that,
okay,
it
so
just shows
how was he
progression.
wrong then, but now he's
You can
right
kinda
now?
put
because
you
it
kind
shows progressiveness. It shows that as a human being, I fucked up. and I realized
I didn't
that
know Roger.
Hey,
I didn't. Yeah, bro.
But
He
this is
literally
much
said,
deeper.
"I'm
This
sorry."
is much deeper than just a human being fucking up, and we're talking about a whole Black Lives Matter and why we all knew why Colin Kaepernick
Right.
down.
We
It's
all knew
different
the
than
exact reason why he was
it's
doing it.
deeper than that. Than just what I'm saying.
But then again, like I said, you can't get mad at they're learning.
Okay, let me I'll put it like this.
Are they
I'm gonna
learning
put it like
or
this.
they're just
This is gonna open your
adapting?
eyes. This is gonna open your eyes.
Right.
This is gonna open your eyes. So this is how I feel about it because it kind of compares to the protests. Okay, like out on the streets.
Media attention.
So if you know Chief Paisman, right?
No.
I was watching this Fox 31 live video and I couldn't make it to downtown, right, to the protest. Boom. I'm watching. These anchormen get shot by some rubber bullets and some pepper bullets, whatever. And they get Chief Paisman on the phone, right? Boom. They're like, hey, Chief Paisman, so we just wanted to know, like, what's your guys' policy into shooting pepper bullets and rubber bullets, right? Dude said, well, if our officers are agitated, if they get assaulted, or if there's aggravated protesters that have them feel threatened or do something threatening to them, they can use it, right? Boom. Okay. So they said then afterward, like, look, hey, well, we had our anchorman get shot, and he recorded everything, and nobody was doing nothing. Nobody was tripping. Nobody was throwing none at the officers, and he just repeated the policy again. Started stuttering. That's what he said. A couple of days later, now the police are marching with the protesters. You feel me?
Yeah.
Real talk. Denver police. And I went down there and I watched everybody tripping and protesting outside the police station. Like, Chief Paisman, what's going on? Why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? You shooting at us one day, next day you protesting with us, right? So that's kind of how I feel about this. When it all comes down to it, they was attacking. The whole point is they were attacking. At one point they were attacking. Kind of like these officers when they were attacking.
I get that. I get what y'all are saying,
They
bro.
joined the movement. They joined the movement.
I get what y'all are saying. But
you should have seen it.
But is that progression?
But how
or is
y'all
it
sound?
just like,
But how y'all sound?
That's being psychological.
How y'all sound?
How y'all sound?
But I need y'all to explain to me what else was he supposed to do? Who? Chief, even in that situation,
He could have just stood.
he could have apologized and just said sorry.
No.
Okay, but if he did apologize but he went a step further by saying we're not gonna shoot you no more, we're gonna walk with you. What else do you need?
Why would you shoot at an innocent protester?
Okay,
He was not there. I'm just saying.
Question.
I'm just saying.
It's a personal question.
Okay, go ahead. Even though I was asking a question, but go ahead.
If you beat a woman,
No, let's not even take it there. Let's just
keep it raised. Keep it raised.
Okay.
I don't see how as black people I get it. We want to make sure we question all authenticity, and we have that right. But we cannot get to the point where we're just like, nah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Okay,
That's not
I
good
feel
enough.
what you're saying.
That's not good enough. That's not good enough. The chief, he fucked up. He may not have said it, but you just admitted. You just admitted. He said the police were out there marching. And
Right.
what else is he supposed to do?
But why does it have to be days later after you're meeting backlash?
I know, I get that.
Looks bad.
But you can't get mad at him for what he did after he found out.
I'm not mad.
You feel what I'm saying? But that's the same thing with the NFL. We have no clue what their intentions were or what their thoughts were when the whole Kaepernick was going on. Their only thing was fuck. People think that he's disrespecting
It was
the flag.
clear. They should have had a Confederate flag up, just like NASCAR.
Yeah, but the whole thing with
made
Kaepernick
it
was
clear.
people thought that he was disrespecting the flag. It was never about like it. That was
Okay,
the
what?
misconstruction that he was.
What does that have
That
to-
was the misconstruction of why people did not like Kaepernick.
So?
Why he was banned from the NFL.
Fuck the flag.
Once white America realized that there was a reason why he was kneeling. It wasn't just because for the fuck the flag,
He
right?
was saying that though from the dribble. He was saying all the
He did say that
injustice.
from the
He
beginning.
was saying
all the injustice.
He
and
was not
brutality.
getting that same. You're not getting that same respect because just like that little girl recording, it has to be seen.
Y'all still want
It
to bring
has
it
to
home
be
to the
seen.
I hear you.
It has to be seen. So once everything's seen and you see new information, we need to make that normal again. Seeing new information and being presented, but being
what does that tell
presented.
you about your character? Nigga, you gotta wait till something's seen and caught on camera for you to start.
I'm like that too, my nigga. I'm stubborn as fuck.
I'm not.
So if someone tells you there's pigs outside flying, you're gonna believe it?
No,
Okay, you gotta go out there and see it. No, it's not the same thing because a white person will not understand what a black person goes through. He was not talking to Jay-Z. He was not talking to Diddy. He was talking to Roger Goodell, who was born within wealth. He was not understand police brutality. So him understanding that's a foreign world to him. So he's thinking to himself, speaking from straight money, he thinks this nigga right here is losing me money. He needs to get out. When he sees the video of a cop kneeling, exactly the same way Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, he says to himself, I fucked up America. I fucked up the rest of the world. NFL, we need to make this shit right.
Nigga,
and as black people, we're saying that's not good enough, nigga. You should have been right the first time.
You should have.
How the fuck? But even if you fuck up, right? Even if you fuck up, because we be on that same shit. If a white person, I can't.
But he didn't just fuck up, my nigga. He didn't just break glass, my nigga. He didn't just drop my
If you're juggling thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, as a billion-dollar industry, as a billion-dollar industry, bro. I'm playing devil. I want y'all to listen. As a billion-dollar
career.
Okay.
One. That's
Okay.
someone's future.
Okay.
Two.
Okay.
That's money to a lot of communities. A lot of people who depend on him.
How?
Three.
How?
And four.
You have to think from Roger Goodell. You were just
Let me
talking
say something.
about talking about communities and shit. And if I take myself out of it, and you literally just asked me the same question. So think about from Roger Goodell's standpoint. Think from his standpoint in that beginning stage.
Yeah, but one picture wouldn't change my mind, dog. One picture of somebody kneeling, a picture of George Floyd, and a picture of Colin Kaepernick. Which is now. Colin Kaepernick's been kneeling since 2012. You have to look at the picture. You have to look at perspective. We cannot just sit there and say it does not matter. Go ahead. Let me say something.
Go ahead.
You said, I'm gonna bring it all back. Him changing, ultimately his decision came down to a picture. That's what you said.
A video, yes.
You said
okay, regardless, yes. But yes, regardless, that he's seen today, that he's seen this year.
Bro, do you know how much that says about somebody?
But y'all missed everything that I said. Y'all missed exactly everything that I said. If that same white person, but think about this. If a white person came to you and said, hey bro, you got a nice pool. How's your pool? Is your pool big? You can't relate to that because you don't know what that shit's about. If a white person came, Again, bro.
The reason why he's mad is because the way he's looking at it is just like Roger Goodell fucked up, and the way that he thought he could make it right is just by apologizing. But back when Colin Kaepernick fucked up, it was just, he's just out the league now.
That's because he's a black man.
And it's just like no one's really like everyone's kind of tripping off.
And I'm telling you, it's fake. It's fake love.
Exactly. Because he's seen one picture and everything changed.
How is that
He's
fake?
seen somebody else doing it.
Do y'all see y'all's mindset? Do y'all see y'all's mindset?
You should see what the racism is going on in the world.
But he doesn't exactly. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't see it. He lives in a life of luxury. He lives in a life.
Okay, so one picture made me understand.
Yes. That one picture where you see the cop kneeling exactly like Colin Kaepernick. That paints volumes. That paints volumes. And that looks like I fucked up. Yes, we have to admit I fucked up.
There's
I don't see
other pictures of deaths.
But okay, so what is he supposed to say? So think about this. If the NFL was gonna be like, you know what? We still all lives matter. We still all lives matter. Then what?
All right,
black people will say something.
Okay.
We cannot be that race where it's just like
Before we go on break.
Right, bro, chill. Hang on. This is a serious ass topic, bro.
I've never heard no other professional sport kick somebody out because they were fighting and protesting for their community.
Cap. Thank you.
That nigga who we played for the
black community.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. The nigga that was for us. Thank you. Yes, bro. Thank you. Yes, bro. And then when they fucked up.
Now, I'm talking about now though.
Right.
Even now. But they changed, bro. But they changed. That's the whole thing.
Okay.
That's the whole fucking thing.
So we gonna
perspective, bro.
Brother, calm down.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying we can't be fucking like, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
We're gonna cool off real fast. We're going on break, and we'll talk to you in a bit.
What's up, y'all? Ezra Press back on our network. We were just having a debate. We are just talking like we usually do. Yeah.
Get y'all next question.
I think we're going to our second questions now. So I'm gonna ask a question. Do y'all think that rioting was the most impactful way to get their point across?
Okay, so I have two different views on that.
Writing
Right
during the protest
windows. So I have two different views on that. The first riot that we saw when they rioted that Target, they had a valid reason for that, but people never want to talk about it. The reason why they rioted that Target is because all the protesters went inside after being tear gassed, and one of the managers from the Target told them to leave, saying we're not going to sell you guys milk or anything like that. We need you guys out of our store. So every time they kept on trying to go in to buy milk, they just kept getting kicked out, and they were just like, this place really isn't going to sell us milk because of the stuff that cops are doing to us. So someone must have just had the bright idea of like, oh, they're on their side. We're gonna get this milk one way or another.
Right.
So they went to go get it. One thing led to another, and just started escalating. Next thing you know, the whole Target's being rioted. With that, I can kind of understand where they're coming from. It's just like, why would you deny his business off of like something we weren't even doing anything wrong? Because most of the time, when the people did get pepper sprayed at the protests and everything, they weren't even doing anything. They were just sitting there minding their own business. Next thing you know,
wrong place, wrong time.
Rubber bullets shot at him. Like I had a concussion grenade thrown at me while we were shouting "March with us" to riot cops. I experienced it firsthand. So with that stuff like that, I kind of agree with. But like people just going up to malls and just like, we can loot a mall just because we can. Like I don't agree with that 100% because it's just like at the end of the day, that's a business. But then how other people are looking at it, it was just like, well, we've been getting done wrong all these years by cops and the white people. Why can't we just loot, a white-owned business? They're insured. They're insured. And at the end of the day, a black man's life doesn't amount to anything materialistic. I mean, so like that part, I do truly understand. I could try my best to understand that because like I get the lane you're trying to take. I don't really approve of like the way you're trying to express it, but I definitely understand that. Yeah. But like the other riots that had meaning behind it, like them going into that Target, I'm pretty sure like there were other riots that had
they burned the police station.
Yeah, burning down a police station. Pouring red paint into like hand statues, like ripping off statues, throwing them to lakes. Yeah. All that stuff had meaning behind it. Like they threw a slave trader statue into the Boston.
Cut off Columbus.
Cut off Columbus's head. Stuff like that. I 100% agree with. Like they were the starting of the problem. Like,
but do you think those are white people that did that?
See, this is the thing.
Black people that did that? I don't think black people.
I think that there's some white people. I think that there's. I think that there's some black people, right? We always got niggas that want to come up.
Yeah, they always want to come up. So that's the part.
But no, there's a lot of white people that are antagonizing and these what do you call it, protests? Yeah.
Y'all seen the dude who got arrested with blackface on? Like he pretended he was a black man and then got arrested because he was rioting, looting, and like messing up stuff, like making it seem like it was a bunch of black people doing it.
That's just crazy, bro.
That's crazy. When I was out protesting, they had I forgot what street it was on, but it was like there was a Wendy's on one side of the street and there was like some type of other like fast food restaurant on the other side of the street.
He was on Colfax.
Yeah, we were on Colfax.
For sure. I know exactly where he was too.
So we were standing there.
No way. No in America where food is that close.
Colfax and Ogden.
So we're standing there, bro. There's like a line of riot cops. They got their shields and everything. We're just marching. March with us. Like you feel me? Like we don't see no riot here. Why are you guys in riot here?
Yeah.
Just same chance. Next thing you know, you just hear shattered glass. You look over, it's not even a person of color doing it. It's a white man with a whole bunch of stuff on. Loki looked like he had a bulletproof vest on under his hoodie, but that's a whole different other discussion. Right. If like I am a firm believer that they do have cops out there just antagonizing shit just to make
it's proven.
Yeah.
It's literally on camera.
Where's these bricks come from?
Yeah, type deal. You feel me?
They're trying to get black folk arrested.
But do you believe that rioting is like?
Yeah. So I think that. To refer back to your question, I do. I think that it's okay. I think that is the way to go to. Straight up. Just like now, back to your point. Yeah, maybe there's some places that
rioting or looting.
Well, rioting. Now even looting.
Looting is rioting.
Even looting too, right? Like that's what I'm gonna say. Even looting, like it's just we've been here for so damn long. You know what I'm saying? And for 400 years being oppressed, let alone the past 60 to 80 years of the same results, right? There's no other way. And I was talking earlier with this about Jason. This is why I think, real talk, bro. Like, this is why I don't find any problems rioting or looting. Like, and I talked to Jason about this, bro. If this particular case with George Floyd, it's different. You know, we know a lot of officers kill black people. They get away with it. You know, they feel like they're in a life-threatening situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
How?
But when
though?
a man
How
is,
do you
when a
feel
man's in cuffs, right, with
Handcuffs.
4 officers on you for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, I don't know how non-threatening you can get.
Right.
So, when it comes down to having hope in America, if this officer or these officers get away with this, we lose all hope in America.
By the way, he just got out of jail too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he just
posted bond.
posted bail.
$700,000. Because you know when you have bond, you know they give you
Yeah,
a
you gotta pay
plea deal
70,000,
10%.
yeah.
Yeah, so he got
But
700.
where did he get $70,000?
Fucking
Don't
racist
they
ass
look?
supporters.
They're not gonna
These are
look
like-
it
Yeah, he
into
probably
his
got funding.
bail.
Who
But
knows? That
He
shit
probably
got
started
that.
there was
GoFundMe.
a story where this black
Rich
mom had a
supporters,
GoFundMe
yeah.
and they said like that wasn't like legit. Like she couldn't use that for his bail.
What?
There was like a black mom and she like bailed her son out with GoFundMe.
I'm pretty sure they didn't use GoFundMe because no one's gonna support the cop. I'm pretty sure like a donor or somebody in
Maybe a
secret,
donor, right?
somebody racist was just like, hey, we got you, yada yada yada. I mean, who knows how it happened, but
We got
you know,
$750,000
he is out.
laying around because we're blessed like that.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
we got you.
Yeah.
You know we have plantations.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Elijah?
Oh yeah, we got yeah. Personally, I think that rioting, can be a positive thing to a degree, and the reason I say that is because, what I've realized, especially within the rap industry, is super toxic and over sexualized for our communities, and I'm seeing way less music lately, involving over sexuality. So that's less toxic for our community. You see a lot of more politics and a lot of racial injustice being pushed to the forefront on the trending list and on Instagram and on Twitter. And so through that, our people aren't focused on shallow things, and it's making people actually think and read and actually look up information. So through that, I can definitely see the positives in that because it's allowing our people to actually have a conscience instead of just being twisted and manipulated through the media.
I agree.
Second question.
Is it my turn? If you had $500K right now, what would you do with it?
Ooh. I know what I would do.
What? Cryptocurrency, hit up my man's Jamar. Hey,
Real talk though,
we start just trading for
here's
that
10 grand.
shit.
Do something with
Real
that.
shit.
Flip that back.
Yeah, I really do that. That's
I'd
my
put
answer.
a lot into weed though.
Weed?
Yeah.
Like
Like
marijuana?
what?
Like buy my own grow or like getting a license or something.
A smooth 10,000 is going into like my own either weed store, something related.
Trusting Jamar, man.
That cryptocurrency
gets
shit,
all
man.
that.
That cryptocurrency shit.
1.5 million, then I'm gonna have.
But what if you lose everything though? What if Jamar run off?
I won't go like
Oh, wait,
500,000.
bro, we signed a contract.
I don't mean shit to if a nigga who run off.
It gonna mean a lot. It gonna mean a lot.
fuck, nigga?
No, I'm standing next to you, nigga. We gonna make this money right next to each other. I ain't leaving your sight.
No, we
This
signed
nigga
a
gonna be
contract.
like, I know you ain't coming out on contract. I'm in Alabama, right? I'm in Barbados right now. Like, come on, bro.
Must change my
Contract,
number.
right? Right, bro.
Hey, bro, we signed the contract. I don't care what you say.
But nah, for real though.
Can you have
for
a
real, for
warrant
real.
out if you break your
You
contract?
can. Yes, you can.
No, you can't have a warrant.
Depending on what's in the
If
contract.
it's notarized,
Depending on what's in the contract.
Even if it's notarized, like if it goes to the court system, it would be like a summons to court. It's not a warrant. It's a summons to court. Then they'll start garnishing you. They'll take from your check if you lose in court. But even through all of that, you see how much I have to do? A nigga has to be in court and do all that
I'm gonna
shit.
use that 500. I'm gonna use at least like $1 or $2 to make sure I have a legit contract.
This nigga. And
I don't care what nobody say, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Straight up. I'm gonna sign a contract.
So you're gonna give it all to
Honestly,
I would have just give it to the nigga.
because $500,000 is a lot of money. No cap. Like,
No, it's not though. Can
Half-
you
half
that's
a million?
a house and maybe a car?
see, that's how
See,
you're
that's
looking
like
at it.
some
See, that's
clothes,
that's how you're
some
looking
shoes,
at it.
like-
makes that
Let him speak. You give me $500,000. You feel me? I'm going to me personally. What I would do is I probably try to start a business with that.
For sure,
like one thing that I probably would do is like, you know, I'm big on like entertainment, sports and all that stuff. Is I probably either, for one, start a label, sign local Denver artists, try to put them on like how they do in Atlanta. Then everyone just puts each other on, try to do that. Yeah. And, I have a couple friends who have like clothing lines and everything like that, I invest in their stuff. And like it's $500,000 is $500,000. You feel me? After I do all that, I'm still probably gonna have money left over.
Not a lot though, bro.
Yeah, not a lot, but I'm still gonna have money left over because like, how much you think it's gonna cost to like sign some artists? And,
so what are you gonna get like
$2,000? Make some money back though, to not just like spend money. You're gonna spend money.
You're gonna spend
for some artists to break them out, bro.
Yeah.
And then you gotta do
music
videos.
You might spend all your money.
Aren't that expensive? Like,
to make some money back,
to make them a platinum artist, bro. You might spend all your money.
You better have some Ace of Spades.
Say that.
Real talk, bro. You better have something that's giving you profit right back.
Right away,
nigga. Shit, it's gonna cost you money to get the fake money in the music.
Hey, bro. Real talk.
Music video.
Real talk, bro. That's gonna be a good feature. What if you want to Drake? You know what I'm saying? Well, you ain't gonna get
no, he's not.
You ain't gonna get. That's $1 million. You ain't gonna get no Drake. You might get Future. Like
Future.
Roddy Ricch.
Future.
You might get Rod Wave.
You could get Roddy Ricch.
I could get Rod Wave.
You might get a J. Cole.
You better hope they don't just run your money because you ain't really somebody.
Oh, man, because you're just a nobody.
That's why you signed. Listen. That's why you signed a contract. This is why you signed a contract. Hey, y'all laughing at the contracts, bro. This is what white folk do to make sure they get their money back.
Shut you down. You're the rapper, whoever it is. You trying to get you, don't shut your ass down so quick.
Oh well.
Okay.
All right. Next question. All right. So I know y'all.
Wait. First of all, none of you guys said anything about your moms. Like, I would buy my mama a house.
No, you didn't either.
I feel like
I didn't even say what I was doing with the money. Like nobody.
I don't have enough money to buy her a house.
I said I was gonna
It's not that like that.
My parents gonna have one of them. You feel me?
Yeah, we trying to make more money to
To get her
help
out.
her.
She can wait.
We using that money to make more money.
This is the come up.
I know she want 3 or 4 houses.
Right,
so
niggas
get on
she
one
ready
time.
just chill.
That's why we ain't say that.
If I get like a couple thousand at the beginning, if I blow up, you'll get more.
You feel me?
They ain't got the money for that.
Anyways, going on to the next conspiracy.
Just real quick, y'all moms would be pissed if y'all had 500,000.
Exactly.
And then get her.
But you
They ain't gonna be
blowing up your
Hey, they ain't gonna be
bro.
pissed if I was
Your
They ain't gonna be
bro.
pissed if I flip that.
You know what I'm saying? A nice dinner or some
You're
shit.
not gonna be pissed if I flip it and buy double what I had originally.
But nobody said they would flip it. You said you're blowing up your bros, putting them on games. You said you're investing in weed. So nobody said anything about flipping it.
That's flipping to me.
That is flipping.
Putting money in weed is flipping. Yeah, that's investing. Is literally
Putting
flipping.
niggas on, what if they prosper? That's getting money back.
Even though you gonna spend all your money in
Okay,
buying.
what if
I'm
your
gonna keep it a
mom
band. You
can
probably
prosper?
Malik, you probably won't have.
That's true.
You gonna gamble. You gonna gamble.
Yeah, you gonna gamble that
bro.
bitch away.
Hey, you gambling
I
to
can
some
hear it.
lazy
This
niggas.
nigga said I'm gonna put it on my artist.
No, it's not right. They're gonna be good artists. They just
Bro,
gotta-
I don't think that's enough to start a label though. You could probably be a manager with 500,000, but with a label is so much more expenses
I feel that.
and
Bro,
stuff.
you could have a good SoundCloud artist with 500,000.
With a good SoundCloud artist.
That's all you need though.
Yeah.
It's some SoundCloud.
If you get a good SoundCloud artist, then y'all can sign a contract with another
I gotta get them
label
before they
and be a
blow up.
branch
I
label
gotta
from
peep
that
the
label.
talent.
Huh?
You gotta get them before they blow up. You gotta peep the talent
Yeah,
before they blow up.
You gotta find a little pump or something like that.
Yeah.
Little pump.
Very lucrative. Very
Are you
lucrative.
serious?
Alright, time out. 'Cause I know what I'm talking about. He blew up off of SoundCloud.
Okay, but where's he at now? He was
But
like,
he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money.
You know how many millions of views and
Zeros,
streams, let alone dollars?
And not only that,
off of YouTube,
he's
off
actually
all
very,
stuff.
very smart. J. Cole said it himself. He actually tricked Sony into giving him $16 million before the age of 18 because he didn't have a parent consent or whatever happened, and they gave him that contract, the money that they gave him. Everything was completely voided. He had to keep the money, and then he signed another contract once he turned 18 with another record label for some more money.
Go, dude.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's pretty good.
All right, so my question is basically, okay, so I'm sure y'all seen this on social media. with a bunch of these celebrities with, ankle monitors on. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Pizzagate, huh?
No, listen. And you know how recently this COVID-19 thing came on and how everybody got to stay inside. You don't see a lot of celebrities going outside, especially people like Ellen DeGeneres. You see people like Oprah Winfrey. You see people like Donald Trump. They're not leaving their houses. And a lot of them have ankle monitors on. A lot of people think with the
Obama too.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these people who's in them high-ranking positions all got ankle monitors on. And a lot of people thinking
they're real. Like you guys, they're not like.
You can see it in pictures.
I saw it.
Obama has a watch on. First of all, I seen the picture.
They got a watch on a surfboard on his ankle.
Yes, bro.
Or it could have been one of those little bungee cords, so you don't have they have cords that you can hook up to your.
That's on his other leg.
But listen.
You can see that.
So basically, a lot of people are saying that this was a U.S. hoax. Well, the coronavirus clearly isn't. It's planned, but this was also a distraction on top of that to have all these worldwide iconic global figures to do their time with the ankle monitors because they're all in a sex trafficking scandal.
So what's
I want you to know that exact conspiracy, in that conspiracy, Donald Trump is your Lord and Savior.
He's your Lord.
You have to know that. With that
Savior.
Conspiracy, he is I literally just told you that he built a wall for China to stop child predators.
No.
So why do you got an ankle monitor on?
They sex trafficked kids. They weren't saving kids.
Exactly. Donald Trump. Okay, bro. You niggas know everything.
Thank you.
Look it up. QAnon. Look it up. Pizzagate. All that shit.
How do I spell
So you telling me a wall can't have a door in it?
QAnon.
You telling me walls can't have gates and doors in it?
Walls can't have gates and doors in it.
They controlling who comes in and out of the Mexican border.
QOAN.
You telling me they still can't traffic? Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? I want to hear y'all opinions on that.
Well, yes, you didn't kind of get to the question. You just.
I did. I said I think that this is all a child sex trafficking scandal, and they're trying to do their time using the distractions of quarantine.
I need more like proof.
What would Ellen DeGeneres?
So do I believe it's real?
Trafficking
Kids.
Yeah.
That's my personal.
And out of every punishment in the world, they get house punishment, house arrest.
Hey man, America's biased towards celebrities.
So they got caught, and they was just like, well,
America's biased towards celebrities.
Like that's true, but I do not see Oprah
I feel like
Winfrey
if they
and
got
Ellen
caught,
DeGeneres out here just selling little kids.
Actually, let me say something. Jeffrey, I always fuck up his name.
Jeffrey Epstein.
See, we fuck
child molester.
Yep. Nobody. I mean, I don't know if anybody knew. I mean, he had some records, right? He had some previous records.
Yeah, like a lot.
But you know what I'm saying? Nobody was kind of seeing him as having his own island, and you know what I'm saying, doing what he did.
What did he do?
He was bringing. He had those witnesses, people who were working in the aircrafts. They were saying that they seen him bring 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds from different countries,
group of them at a time,
all at a time to his island.
You
know what I mean? So one that defeats defeats the purpose of, you know what I'm saying. Clearly, these celebrities and these big politicians don't do sex trafficking, right? So people be like,
you made sure they had a ride on.
Say what?
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you.
Y'all are evil.
Jeffrey Epstein used to take little girls.
Sex trafficking show. Hell no, bro. Y'all evil.
That's the way she asked it. She said they had a ride home.
Bro, they getting they booty ran.
So he used to take little girls, right? He used to take them to the mansion that was like on his own little island. He used to have them give them massages, or like he used to have sex with them. Then he'd have those little girls go back to wherever they came from and recruit more little girls, bring them in.
But he didn't send them home to their parents. He sent them.
No, he'd get the kids from their parents. He's a rich man.
They go on vacation or whatever. They get gone for a couple of days. He would just take them.
Wait, the parents were aware of that?
Yes.
The way he was persuading, like, the way he was conveying it was like he was like
some
this rich
friendship or
dude.
something.
Yeah, he was like this rich dude that was like teaching you about how to be like business minded
jobs
or some shit. Yeah, giving them jobs and teaching.
But in reality,
putting him onto like modeling gigs.
I thought he was just taking kids and then like a few days later they just appear back home.
Well, my whole point. Let me go back to everything I was trying to say. Well, with Jeffrey Epstein or whatever, and the actions that he clearly took, and it coming unexpectedly for a lot of people, it clearly showed me once. And one thing about the government is if they've done it once, they'll do it again, right? If they've lied to us, if they've done something behind our back, they'll do it again. And they've done it time and time again. So it's not hard for me to believe that they're still doing sex trafficking, that people that know Jeffrey do the same thing because he does it.
He might have just
For all I know,
Oh, God.
an old guy. You don't know nobody.
Bees?
Bro,
You are a black man. He's black. He's a brother. He could not be a sex trafficker. He's a brother. And he was the president. Like, what the hell? Hey, leave Obama though.
Hearing that. It's Obama. But nigga like, Obama.
If you go back 2 years ago and you looked at this Jeffrey Epstein dude and somebody was like, yo, he bet you he's on an island or something, it's just gonna sound like a conspiracy. Oh,
For real though,
he's just a financer. He's just because that's why.
I get it. But just a financer and Obama are two different niggas, my nigga.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Who would you think would have more power to get away? A financer or the president?
Not Obama. I
said the president or the financer.
The president
would have more power.
Facts. The president would.
But
Obama's on that Pizzagate list. He's on that
list. My point is, you said it.
But Obama was they held Obama to no type of slack at all. I think if anyone found out, what are you talking about?
Okay, let me show you. Let me prove this. Iran Contra. Bro, everybody in the White House was knowing Ronald Reagan and his team is pushing crack cocaine in the black community. Everybody knows.
Facts, bro.
That's what?
Time out. With the original question,
people in the office, in the government office,
You want to give him a cap?
knew what was going on. They had meetings about this.
But were they giving it directly to black people?
It doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
Let's break down how. I'm just saying
they weren't black community.
Yes, but how are they doing it?
Let's stay on topic.
What do you mean how are they doing it?
They were
having an undercover informant or whatever go. Oliver Smith or Oliver North go and meet up with drug dealers and put them on, meet up. Like that's
they gave him drugs. They
did transactions. Here's money for drugs. Boom. They probably front a couple. Then when you make enough money, start paying me back. You ever watch Snowfall? Watch Snowfall.
But that's a TV show.
That's as close as it's gonna get. Ask all the people who sell drugs. All the big.
Is that true? Is that true? Is that true? Chucks?
Wait, hold on. First of all,
Jason, I'm talking about the OGs like Jason.
We don't mean like say that. We meant like OG.
Ask the drug dealer.
We know you're not a drug dealer.
And then y'all ask me.
See, Chuck, say it. You the perfect example. Not saying you're a drug dealer.
So I do believe in Reaganomics is what it is during this time period. It's actually it was to break down the black community, Black Panthers and stuff like that was put these drugs, and there's actually proofing that there was an actual plan to break down the neighborhoods. The problem was that white folks started taking these drugs, and that's when people started panicking.
Oh, okay.
So my point is that the whole office knew, so they kept it secret. They kept their mouth shut. So you talking about Obama? They would let him get away.
Oh, bro, you're not gonna let Obama go, bro. It's just like you just hold Obama
on the island.
What do you mean?
No, he's a part of this Pizza game. No, because like
he's saying there's not a possibility.
I know Donald Trump was on the island, but like if you ask the same
question, at the end of the day, it's a white systematic. It's a white system. So even though Obama came in, whatever, you know what I'm saying, he follows under their plan, regardless of how much he tries to do something different. However much, there's only so much he could do. There's only so many boundaries and lines that he could follow. So as far as him,
is this how all black people think?
There's probably things that he's thinking right now, like he wish he could have done in the office, but he couldn't do.
I don't know.
Candace Owens don't think like that.
So my whole point, but let me go back to the whole. Topic though. My whole point though is, bro, I think that these people are doing that. I mean, I can't say 100%, but I can't even say I think. But I wouldn't doubt it.
I just have to see where can y'all show me the appeal in that?
Because if you've seen in the news, the foster care system foster care were caught up in sex trafficking.
Look. I will be more inclined to believe it if y'all would give me some reason, like, you know, it's a monetary reason why, or it's like it has like
I just told you
there's actual facts.
Financial, which is friends of.
But I know the reason why I can watch Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix. But Oprah, I need to know why Oprah's why Ellen's trading kids. I need to know why Obama's trading kids. I need to know why these niggas are trading kids.
Boom, boom, TTT. Next subject.
Well, this is totally gonna be off topic, but if the NBA season was to still continue, who y'all think would have been champions?
I got 3 teams. The Lakers, the Bucks, and the Clippers.
Everybody has those 3 teams. Give me one.
Or the Heat. I feel like a sleeper team would be the Heat.
The Rockets. Anyway,
The Rockets, they don't have a big man, brother.
You can't give 4 teams for a champion.
Right.
It's
No,
like one champion.
because I feel like
you're the contenders.
Two?
Only 2 contenders.
Two contenders,
Yeah.
2 contenders.
I guess a good one.
give one. Who's your champion?
Lakers. 2 contenders.
The Lakers.
They're doing it for Kobe.
And who do you think
I
is
said
gonna
the
be on
same
the
shit.
East?
I said the same shit. Niggas looked at me
On the
crazy.
East?
Who do you think is gonna be in the East in the finals too?
One thing I could agree on you is that one right there.
I
agree
said
on
the same shit. Niggas looked at me crazy, bro. Niggas was like, what?
So
No.
hey, I want to know the winner, who y'all think would win, and who the contender would be in the final.
Bucks.
So he said the Bucks or Celtics, and then he
I
said
gotta see what the
Lakers as
season looks
champion.
like. I gotta see what the season looks like.
No, I'm saying
definitely got
if the
Celtics.
season was to like
You think the
continue.
Celtics gonna beat
Bro, the
the
Celtics are nice, bro.
I think the Raptors might go back.
Nah, no, hell no.
Don't look at me funny.
They're not
Hell
making it
no.
out the East.
Or the 76ers.
Hell
Have
no.
y'all seen? Have you seen?
Yeah,
Ben Simmons?
Hell
yeah,
no.
76ers, they have a better chance of making it out the
I think
East.
the Nuggets. I think
For
the
sure.
Nuggets, bro.
Yeah.
Depending on if Michael Porter Jr. came back.
Nuggets.
Yeah, I think so. I don't care.
Nah, bro, I think
Well, the Nuggets ain't gonna make it out the
Depending on-
first round.
Listen,
Listen,
this
I
is
hate
why.
Nuggets fans
If Michael
so
Porter
much.
Jr. got back, like depending on
I do too.
what the process was looking like, I think, bro, that
Nikola Jokic is the most boring superstar in the league.
boring, nigga. What?
He's boring as hell,
He got the basic fundamentals on the tee. you
He's
feel me?
boring, bro. He's more boring than Tim Duncan, bro. He's boring.
Nah, you're OD now. Chill.
When has Tim Duncan ever brought the ball
Tim
up
Duncan
court?
is too.
Please tell me.
Chill.
When has Tim Duncan ever brought the
Nah,
ball
He
up
could've.
court?
I feel
But
like
when
he had
has
enough
he?
skill
But
to-
when has he?
5
So
championships.
then how? But when has
That's
he?
cool.
5 rings.
But when he had?
That don't mean that the nigga.
I hate. That's why I
cool.
can't. Next question, man.
Okay.
Next question, bro. Next question, bro.
Oh, what? Y'all didn't answer the question about his NBA.
Oh, my fault. This nigga
got?
Elijah got me
It's
confused.
the Lakers, bro. That's one thing we can agree on. It's the
No,
Lakers.
I don't know if it's the Lakers. In the Western Conference, they're definitely gonna make it out. But I definitely got my Sixers.
You.
In the
All
Eastern
right, never
Conference.
mind. Yeah, next question. Next
You
question.
guys just skipped me. That was very sexist.
I didn't say nothing, but wow, guys, come on for real. Like, no,
I don't even know. So
Yeah, I was gonna say she doesn't care. She don't care.
I just wanted to point out that y'all did skip.
I'm sorry.
Good point.
Yeah. Technically, I didn't skip you because I was last.
Go to the next question.
All right, next question.
And this will be the last question as well, y'all. So, I would want to hear y'all comments as well.
Dang. I was about to ask another sports-related question, but then he just kind of said it's about to be the last question. I got there.
Put some pressure on you.
Yeah, really put some pressure on
Put some
you.
pressure on you.
If you could change one event, or like if you could change anything that happened in history, what would you change? You want to change one thing. You want to change one thing. You can change anything that happened in history. What would you change?
That's hard, bro. It's hard.
Hey, I could answer that.
Just say, all right, no.
I
I want to put money. I know what he's gonna say. I want to put money. You're gonna say integration with white people.
No.
Damn.
Taking slaves from Africa.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
What is
I
it?
want to hear more. Clearly, y'all got more.
I thought I knew. I thought I knew.
I don't
If
think
it
he would
wasn't
change
that-
anything like that significant because it all adds up in his mind.
Mine's pretty significant.
All right,
Really?
go.
What would
He'll
you
change the
change?
Holocaust.
He's gonna say.
Ew.
You'll do some shit like that though. And just change it.
He's gonna say something like fight back when they came to our country before
Right.
we left. Or
All right. Well, let me hear.
Now,
Now I want to hear what you.
I want to hear all y'all's
Oh,
faces.
great. No.
All right, you can change
I don't
anything
know,
history
bro.
say,
That's a really tough question because nigga, if you
All right,
fucking
all right.
with the past, bro.
All right, let me break it down to make it easier for you.
Okay.
Okay, if you could change anything sport related, if you could change
Nah, bro. Keep it
Ooh, all right, come on.
Damn, bro.
LeBron never lost championship. All right, come on.
Damn. Okay. Let me think, man. This is not an easy question to ask.
honestly, if I could change anything, I think I wish Tupac was still alive.
Okay.
All right, and the reason why is, like, I don't want to go back to saying like, cause slavery.
It's
and,
ripple waves though. But what if he finishes out a career and he just absolutely bombs it?
Yeah.
Well,
He absolutely
Shit.
bombed it.
Hey, you don't know what?
Tupac, bro. He was good in the 90s. Got old head now.
You don't even know why I was going to keep
Go
ahead, bro.
Literally, exactly why I was going to say that. I was going to stop all y'all from saying that. I was going to say, probably by now, he wouldn't be a rapper. That's what I was literally going to say. Yeah. I was going to say he was going to be doing community stuff. That's what me and Jason be talking about.
He probably would.
That's a very good. I like that. That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah. I think like even like I would say Martin Luther King, but I feel like Tupac would be a lot more different with especially today's era. I think like
expresses himself.
Yeah, me and my boy Jason talk about all the time, but like even music today, let alone him being in the music industry still or not, music would still be different. You feel me? That wouldn't be to me. I don't think, and I can agree, the 6ix9ines or even them getting introduced to the type of music industry that we're in, just because of the culture
and the influence Tupac had.
Right.
He's kind of right.
So
bro. Why? Because Tupac's influence is literally still shown today.
Yeah,
He's right, bro.
It's still to this day. So
because he didn't, like I said, he didn't finish out his career.
It doesn't matter, bro. It's the influence.
It does matter.
He built a lot of niggas past.
It does matter.
He was like the Jordan. He was like the Jordan of rap.
We live in a very what did you do for me? We live in a what did you do for me lately type of society.
Nigga, you talk about Jordan all the time.
I'm not talking about Jordan all the time.
I want to hear other people.
Jordan's not in the conversation?
No.
Yeah, before we get into sport, I want to hear everybody else's.
If the question is too hard, I hella thought of another question.
Nah, bro.
No. One thing in history, man.
Y'all didn't say Kobe? I thought somebody would have said like Kobe dying.
Like
I feel like that's alright.
I mean, he was making changes, but I feel like him being alive, like it would make a difference. Like, how much of a difference?
So why was everybody so sad?
Because Kobe was
an icon. It was so sudden.
You know how many black
but
kids
you guys
view
wouldn't
Kobe
bring him
Bryant
back,
as
so he
Superman?
wasn't important enough to bring back. But
Kobe Bryant was so many black kids Supermans. Like so many.
So you want to bring him back?
But he was kids.
I mean, I already went through the grief of him dying. Why would I want to bring him back?
So he could die again.
That's not the point.
Yeah, so he can die again.
All right, so what's yours?
It would be reversed, wouldn't it? Like he would have never died.
All I would have done is
I'm too complex for this for a couple
more years. He ain't even in the league no more.
I want to hear
yours. So what you're telling me?
Y'all ain't giving me no response. I want to hear.
Kobe dying wasn't even that serious, is what you're basically saying.
No,
it's not enough to wish him back. It ain't like he ain't Dragon Ball Z.
Y'all better stop because Facebook is really good.
Yo, what's yours?
I don't know.
You gonna flame me about Kobe dying?
Right, what's yours? What's yours? You haven't told us.
Okay, all right, I got y'all. Eve never ate the apple. All right, Eve never ate the fruit. Doesn't say apple. If Eve never ate the fruit and was manipulated by the snake, this world would be a lot different.
Oh, I
should have changed that.
I should have knew.
Yeah,
you changed that. Well, what if you were never born?
Okay. I mean, there's more to that. I would say I ain't gonna really speak on that on camera.
Think about it.
But I would be born still. That's all I'll say.
What did you just say?
He said he'd be born still. He said that
he never ate the fruit.
He never ate the apple.
It wasn't an apple.
Oh, the fruit, right? But hang on, I think we should do it more of like.
Never ate from the tree. No.
If I could change anything,
if I could change anything, bro, I don't know, bro. Like the invention of like probably some stupid shit. But then if you think about it, like I don't know, whoever bought mosquitoes to America, I definitely wish that never happened.
Are you serious?
Like for reals, because
mosquitoes.
How do mosquitoes get here?
They do carry a lot of disease.
They definitely didn't fly over here. You feel me? Like they had to come by somebody.
Oh, but the bees flew over. Get out of here, man.
They had to come by something. Like
we argued over this the other day. He was talking about the bees flew from China.
The murder. That's not what I said. I said they had to get on the boats. Like the bees.
Oh, so the bees
the bees had to get on a boat. Yes, I looked it up. That's how bees and shit get over here, nigga. They hop on fucking cargo ships and fruit flies and different shit like that. You know what they do? They get on a boat and they stay there for like 6-7 months. When they get here, they go out and they fly.
Flies can't survive that long.
Yes, the fuck they can, nigga. On a pile of fruit. On a pile of fruit, nigga.
Flies don't.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Flies lifespans
on a pile of fruit.
They're like 3 or 4.
Bro, okay, bro. It'd be one fly. It'd be like two or three flies, my nigga. They and a pile of fruit, a pile of rotten fruit. You're telling me a family of flies won't survive? You niggas don't know nothing about nothing, bro.
I don't think bugs are booking cruises, bro.
Bro, it is literally look this shit up. All y'all have to do is look it up. There's cargo ships. How do you think bananas and shit get here? You think that shit just? Do you think that shit just goes by fucking like? What the fuck? How do you think y'all shit gets here? By boat, by plane, and then bugs and shit. They live on
All right,
that
they
shit.
booking cruises, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, and they be taking first class plane rides and everything.
It's true. It's real as fuck. That's how a lot of animals and shit that they come over here.
For 6 months though, bro. I don't even think bees last that long, bro.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, my nigga. That is
you,
literally what the experts said when they were.
So what was the bees eating though?
When they broke it down, they're like, what probably could have happened was as simple as 2 or 3 of them could have found their way onto a ship.
What was the bees eating on, bro?
Bro, there's plenty of shit to eat. I don't know the fucking diet. I don't know the diet of a bee, my nigga. Do you know what a bee eats?
Yes, nectar.
Besides grass and shit. Besides nectar, my nigga. Like I've seen plenty. I mean flowers. I've seen plenty of bees, nigga, eat crazy shit before. I've seen wasps take a bite of a honey bun before. On my mama, you can't say you haven't seen that.
Alright,
no, start from here.
Exactly.
Okay, we'll close. Everybody close and give a close.
Bees eat honeybees.
We'll close a state. Everybody give a closing statement. Whatever
This
y'all
was
want to
crazy.
say.
All right, Malik, go.
That's a closing statement about art. I feel like closing statement. 2020 has been like a super wild year. Let's see what else is about to happen because it seems like every month something crazier happens than the last. So
It's getting real.
Yeah, it's getting real.
Well, my brothers and sisters here, there's gonna be a protest coming up this Friday, from 6 to 8 at the Denver Capitol. It will be youth led. So there'll be performers that are youth, speakers that are youth, and an opportunity for youth to speak about how we're going to be able to move forward just with all these problems around in the world and through our systematic barriers in our educational system. If you want to get involved, go on Facebook and look up the Rise Up.
Yep.
You should see the Facebook page, and there'll be more events coming next week at the Municipal Center for more protests and march.
Definitely. Second that. Also, I hope I'm ready when Jesus come back, because how 2020 looking, it's like around the corner. So, shout out to Black Jesus.
If any of these boys ever become rappers, don't let them tell you they're gonna buy their mama a house, because they're not.
Oh shit!
Damn, we just explained what we was gonna do. We was gonna flip that thing.
She still ain't understand. No, I'm fucking with the vision.
Hey, see, you ain't supporting.
I'm supporting. I'm fucking with the vision.
Anyway, coming December, Swipe Season, a web series about scamming shot by our network, directed by me, produced by a lot of other people, will be coming to Facebook, YouTube. We're talking about getting on Amazon, Netflix, Hulu. We're talking about doing the whole works. So make sure you are staying in tuned and in touch with our network, because it's not just our network, it's our network.
Our network.
That was tight. I like that.
Right.
Dum-dum.
Also follow all our social media pages as well. But that's been a jolting experience with all the youth, right, guys? And
Hidey, hidey, ho.
hidey, hidey, ho.
Hidey, hidey, ho.
And I appreciate all of y'all that tuned in. Make sure y'all keep y'all comments below. We'll go back and read the comments for y'all. And see y'all next week, same time, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And we're out.
Wubba dubba dub.
When I was growing up, there was something called grown folks business. Yeah. Growing up, there was something called grown folks business. Yes, it was. And there was things that young people didn't do. Like, for example, if this conversation was happening right now with us as adults, and I was a young person and walked up, all of the adults would look at, would automatically know that's some grown folks there.
Right.
Stay out of grown folks. Or I'd get that question, do you need something?
Are you okay?
You're all right?
Because you got to get out of here.
Yeah. Why is that an important distinction? Because yes, there was drug addiction in our community. Yes, there was alcoholism. Yes, there were folks that were incarcerated. But all of that was not the purview of young folks. So when I say that, what's the difference and when did it change? The difference is now young people are doing grown folks' business. And grown folks who are in leadership position are blaming the young folks for not doing a good job. Grown folks are blaming young folks for not doing the work of grown folks. Now, when did that happen? That happened, I'm going to tell you, late 80s, early 90s. And the impetus was this: crack cocaine.